Okay. Um, I I don't remember. I think we started after party evening. We all cobbled together. Laylis had a, a very interesting conversation with a cool old man, and he's super chill, and I really like him, and I hope he hangs around. Um, uh, we when we met up, we started talking about who we needed to find. Who was Rodar the Rat, who was a friend of Phil Laurel. Uh, so we had to go to her place of work, where we found out she's not been there for like 3 days. And so we went to her house to try to find anything there. Discovered that like everything there is fully abandoned. Um, we went back to her place of work, started talking to some of her coworkers, who pointed us in the direction of Umeli's hut or house apartment, because Rodar hung out with her on occasion. Um, I got my boy Peter and Mary, who helped us out there. We also, at that point, met. I think I've got some stuff out of order, but we did meet Ragnarok, um, a familiar turned humanoid. Um, and we also discovered that several people regularly have been going missing. Um, and all these people are in like the tent town of Karakara, which is on the border of the Crooked Hills, which is the home of Soil Rattle the Wretched, a hag. Um, and so we've determined that the best way to find Phil Laurel, which we want to do because we're good people and we want to help Dom find his friend, and also because she'll help us get where we need to go. Um, Best way to do that is to hunt. Honestly, maybe not even kill a hag, but potentially free some prisoners, or discover what happened to some prisoners, or let Dom talk to the ghosts of some prisoners. We'll figure out how intense this needs to get based on the threat level upon our arrival, I think. And I think we were staking out the potential kidnappings slash potential enchanted wanderings out of Tent Town tonight. And people start going missing at midnight. So we had to, yeah, that was it. We had to burn time, which is why we tried to break into Amelie's house, sort of, and discovered that she had not been around for a very long time. So that's,
And that
I
was
think
her
that's
cat
everything
open
important.
doors.
Oh my god, yeah.
Yes, very good. Give yourself inspiration, and
Ooh.
thank you for hitting also the salient points that I was actually going to reiterate, which is investigate the missing people, find Rodor, find Umeli. Are your three major reasons for being in Karakara.
Mhm.
So thank you very much. Okay. You have just met a new uh, person here in Karakara. You have just finished um, messing around with Umeli's last known residence here, and when we ended session, you all had went back to the Red Meadery. Somehow, in the chaos of a festival season, found a table to sit at, and you are here with your new acquaintance, Ragnarok. So I will leave the rest to you. It is currently like 5:45 on the 19th of chess, which would put it at that's like the Saturday of the week.
And the festival begins on, like, sorry, you said it's the Sorry.
It is evening of the 19th of chess.
Oh, so it's
and
like tomorrow.
the festival begins proper on the 22nd.
Okay.
So there's still a few days before like the actual beginning because you guys arrived
Mhm.
quite early.
I have it in my notes and it's highlighted and I still forget. Yeah.
Yeah, no problem. No problem. It's literally why I have a calendar and it marks on there. Cool. So you are in the tavern early evening. A The same waitress you had spoken to before, Mary, swings by and asks if everybody wants like meal and a drink, like dinner and a drink. During here currently in festival season, if anybody wants food and drink, just a moment. Food and drink, that's 7 silver, no matter what combination you order it. And there's meats, vegetables, ales, meads, wines, beers, all sorts of mix and mash.
An unknown error occurred accessing the Forge API. Sorry. It's just paying for my dinner. That's all, Forge. That's all.
Yeah, it was giving me a little bit of an issue last week. It was because it like signed me out, but we should be okay. So anybody who likes food and drinks, like I said, it's 7 silver. Make sure you take that out of your coin. Food and drinks are brought to you shortly. This place is again like slammed, and as they are down a staff member, everyone is pulling extra duty.
Do we ever go back to Dom's parents' place to get my gear?
Yes, we did. We did do
Okay.
that. Yeah. God, can you imagine?
I'm back in my chainmail.
So when are we gonna go looking for it then?
Looking for what?
You know, the thing. Heck,
The hut.
the hut.
Thought we were going to start around midnight, follow people, see if anybody vanishes.
Right, okay.
We did.
Hey, Ragnarok, what kind of
Mouse.
animal are you? You're a familiar, right?
I was.
You were. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, obviously you're not now. But I'm just curious. What are you? Just like swing your legs.
Well, the wizard never really stuck with one, but generally my preferred form was a mouse. But she
Mouse.
changed me all the time.
You
Is that
wanted
weird?
to
That
be a
sounds like it'd be
mouse?
weird.
It was pretty comforting. You could lay anywhere.
No, I mean being changed all the time, not being a mouse.
Oh, no, that didn't bother me either. It was fun.
Really? Okay.
Sometimes you could swim, sometimes you could fly. Yep.
But was your wizard weird? Did they do like weird spells?
She was very weird.
What's the weirdest thing she did?
Oh gosh. She refused to ever lay on the ground. And so she had a little carpet. She had a little carpet that she enchanted just so she would never have to touch the ground.
Whoa.
Huh.
Just all the time, just floating.
Oh, no, when she went to sleep.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
Wait, she slept on the carpet? Why not just sleep on
why,
a
yeah,
bed?
just make a tent. Sleep in the
close.
tent.
She was afraid to eventually touch dirt.
She's scared of dirt.
I don't think she was afraid of it.
She
Just didn't like it.
definitely wouldn't like Merv then.
Right.
Sorry, Merv, it's true.
Okay, well, other topic. Who knows shit about hags?
Vernier gently raises 2 fingers.
Would I have to roll like a nature check about hags? Like, what are
Ragnarok
they?
gives a shoulder shrug.
I believe that's what I rolled last time, was a nature check.
Yeah. Nature check. You could potentially roll like Arcana, but nature and history is probably more accurate. It also depends like what you're asking for, you know.
Yeah, it's mostly like, what do they do?
Hag
That's what
stuff,
I'm
baby.
interested. Like,
Hashtag hag life.
how do hags hunt? Like, what's
Hashtag.
their when a bog hag comes after you? How do they get you?
Rainier can also speak on this as well, but they would it's different for every hag. Some are more physical than others. Some use enchantment and trickery. Some make bargains and deals. There's a variety of ways. Some use a combination of all of it. Um, and it is true, as I think Rainier touched on last session, that um, uh, if hags are in number and form a coven, they become more powerful. But an individual hag is quite a challenge themselves.
So mind fuckery.
Potentially,
Yeah.
Mind fuckery of all forms, including like just good old fashioned like wheeling and dealing.
I mean, I also think it's very important we understand that they're also like, I mean, they can look pretty much like frail old women or like not as frail old women, but
Yes.
a significant amount of them also pretty readily get pretty physical, and that ain't no joke.
So, if I'm understanding you correctly, they can look like an old woman or not, or a young woman or not, or perhaps not a woman at all.
Hmm.
So, what exactly are we looking for?
Probably a person who is either looking like they want to eat you, or a person who is way too friendly
Or
out in the crooked
maybe
hills. I think that'll be the cue.
an inexplicable being of unearthly beauty too.
So wait,
Well,
I'm
out in the hills.
confused about the
I,
plan
I
here.
think a few of us saw her in dreams, didn't we?
I saw her hut.
I just saw a house. Yeah.
Well, technically I saw a tree, and then there was a hut base of it.
I think I saw
Also, it was
her
more a house than a
shadow.
hut.
Is the plan to depart out into the hills at midnight
Yeah.
and just start?
Follow anyone who might be kidnapped at midnight. Yes.
Okay.
In fairness,
See,
I
this
think
is-
it's stupid too, but it kind of seems like that was the
well,
intent.
I'm not saying anything stupid, but this is where I'm confused. I just said, are we going out into the hills? And Merv, you said yes, and Rainier, you said no, not really. We're waiting to see if someone gets kidnapped.
And then
So I'm
going
just
out
trying
in
to
the
figure
hills.
out what the plan is. Are we waiting on the edge of the tents for someone to get kidnapped and then we'll follow them out into the woods? Or are we just going out into the hills and the woods and hoping that we
that former one, but I think we're going to end
the
up
former one? Okay,
walking
excellent.
around the hills.
Excellent. And so we're to look for someone who is too friendly in the drunken crowd at the festival. Got it.
Well,
No.
I think it's someone who wants you to walk away by yourself.
Yeah.
So, like, did she float above the ground when she was using the latrine?
Oh, that sounds
Sorry.
like an excellent idea. How did she make this carpet?
Also, shouldn't we be sleeping right now since we're going to be up all night?
Leave this for the week.
I mean, even like taking a nap though.
I just did.
Oh my God.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Jeez.
The answer is, I think at this point, seeing as what we're 6 hours to midnight, and we do have to be alert prior. I don't know that we actually have time.
said 6 hours. That's they got rooms in this place. We can be
I
out.
mean, does it got to be at like the crack of midnight or?
We don't know that sort of a thing. Also, it's festival time. I don't think we're able to find. I don't think we're gonna find a room nowhere.
Oh yeah, that's fair. That's fair. That's a good point.
Alley weren't so bad. I think you could probably put some rolls down in it and
Now, a little bit ago, we were discussing. I don't mean to put more options on the table to get us all confused, but Laylis was talking about potentially going into the hills earlier, trying to find the hut before midnight and get there before potentially we then have a hostage that we need to be protecting as well.
now I do remember that, but I kind of thought maybe that's like a good way for. I mean, he's fast. He can run real good, but
I remember actually significantly the conversation revolved around whether or not his gods would protect him, which
yeah, he's
ultimately
thinking of-
didn't get us very far discussion wise.
I'm like 50-50 on it, to be
I mean,
honest. I think
if Laylis is going to go into the hills, why don't we all just go?
because he can run and also it'd be a testing to see if his goddess or whatever like gives enough of a shit to fix whatever happens to him.
Yeah, but why don't we do it without that testing part and finding the people we're looking for?
I mean, just sort of run around willy nilly.
Well, wasn't there some discussion about using someone as bait that we would then send Basar with? Because, Laylis, am I correct? You can recall Basar to you, correct?
Yes.
I have a
Right.
question. The only thing I see wrong with that is he doesn't know when to call Basar back. If he calls him back too early, then Basar only knows to take us so far. It's
Oh, well,
admittedly
right. So
farther
you
than
need
where we
someone.
are.
You need someone who would be in cahoots with Basar. And Basar speaks Draconic. Who else here speaks Draconic?
Oh,
Cal, are you?
perfect, Cal.
Don't look at what? No,
Well-
no. Who else?
How far away can you talk to the lizard,
If I
Laylis?
like earshot, I don't think he'll
Earshot?
telepathically. I can feel when he dies. So, like, if he just gets murked while he's out there.
Yeah, I guess that would kind of. But you're not gonna know where it happened or nothing.
Not necessarily, but I would
You
probably.
don't got like a cardinal direction for death or.
I've never really tested it.
Like a
Whenever he's died, he's been
tingle?
like next to me, so
Okay, so unless you got some way of letting us know when you get got, Lizard ain't gonna help you. Lizard's just gonna kind of watch.
yeah.
When who gets got?
Well, you,
No, not me.
yeah, you. You're the only
I
one who can talk to the gecko.
I think we've just fairly ruled out that plan is not particularly effective. And Cal, I'm not gonna lie, I don't really feel comfortable necessarily, like I said, with waiting for a hostage in the first place, let alone, frankly, putting you in a hostage situation.
Oh fuck yeah! Let's get out there and just start shouting and shit. Stomp on the ground.
I mean, that
Shoot
might
some
be
rocks
the
in the
right
sky.
choice
We
before it
know her
gets too
name.
dark.
Just shout her name and call her bitch.
Oh,
I mean, that would work, I think.
That would get our attention.
Yeah.
definitely would.
We all just try to like look as drunk as we can. Cal, maybe you try to look like a. How long can you look like something?
I'm looking like something right now.
I mean, like look like. Let's say if we wanted you to look like. I don't know, like a kid or something.
I could keep that up for an hour or two.
I feel like we gotta look as unassuming as possible.
I don't know what you want from me, but
Yeah, it's current between me and Hooks a Thumb at the relatively imposing ex familiar. That's a lot of sort of meat there.
Ragnarok points at himself.
Yeah, you. Can you like shrink or anything?
No, but I do change.
Okay.
Just not in
What
height.
what do you mean you change?
Yeah, well, uh, it seems some of the abilities have passed over, so I can still, to an extent, change.
Okay, but like more specific. What do you do?
Uh, I get scarier,
See, like
scarier.
you get like wings.
Oh, no. Like here, and he points at his mouth, and here, and he shows his claws, and other places.
Oh,
Okay, so
What?
you just kind of change and get all fucking blah after
A little
him.
more feral.
Right. So you're just gonna kind of, if we get into kind of scrap, you're just gonna get in there and sort of fuck around.
Yeah.
gonna find out.
I'll tear to shreds whatever you need.
Okay, you ever fought, you ever killed before, or just what do you fought before? You're like what, 3 weeks old?
3 months and 180
Months?
years.
Okay, so yeah, you got 180 years as a mouse. Check.
Multiple things, but okay.
Right. But preferably a mouse, so
Mm-hmm.
you got what have you fought in the 3 months since you got like big and scary?
Admittedly, not much.
Okay,
I'm
that's going.
more twained.
Okay, so you're gonna kind of just fly on instinct, huh? You're just gonna sort of.
Well,
Wing
from what
it.
I remember, we had a couple fighters on our team.
Team?
You had a team? That's so cool.
My wizard had
What
a
did you
team.
guys? What did you do?
We adventured, just like you guys.
What happened to them?
Uh, I don't really know. They didn't really talk to me. I more talked to my wizard. But they seemed fine. Nobody died in front of me.
All right. And
Perfectly safe.
your wizard is
Genevieve Winters.
right. She's
Genevieve Winters, non-floor toucher.
yeah. She's just missing or what?
Oh no, she died.
Okay,
Old
that
age.
was what.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh,
that's what I was looking for. Like,
okay.
She
I
died
felt like
peacefully.
that's good, I guess.
That's nice.
Her spell was the last thing she did for me.
Mhm.
I'm on. Say, I almost came off half cocked there. I was gonna say I'm gonna need a bit of your blood, but we'll wait on that until later. I won't ask for your blood right now. It's a bit forward. Only known you like 2 hours.
Yeah, I'm gonna go out and say you don't feel like you need to give anyone your
But you
blood
don't
ever.
gotta give me the blood. It'll be a thing you do voluntarily.
I appreciate that.
I'm gonna figure out what you're made
It's
of.
a real weird way to put that, Merv. I'm not gonna lie. That's a little
I'm not convinced you're like
extra creepy.
wholly a normal thing. You got maybe special.
Merv,
feel
you
normal.
either need to stop drinking immediately or you need to have like 7 more drinks.
I
in the next
wish I
30
drank
minutes.
any.
30 minutes, 30 seconds. Just lock that
Not-
throat open, bud.
No, I'm not gonna drink before we go for a night hag hunt.
I'll second that choice. I don't know that we want him throwing up on our jog down there.
Oh yeah, I
I
would be
third that
throwing up.
choice, and I reach over and grab Merv's drink.
All right. As fascinating as all that information truly was, and I do not mean to sound dismissive by saying so, I am genuinely interested. But all that aside, seeing as we do have daylight fading, do we go now or do we go at midnight and wait for bait?
Personally, I vote midnight. I think it has a higher chance of success.
And why not go out to the edge of Tent City now? Find a nice place to camp out. Take a little rest out there. Then whenever we arise or decide to focus, we can start scouting the area, or perhaps just running into the hills willy-nilly.
All right. Any strong opposition to that idea?
Can I finish my dinner first?
Yes, of course.
I had to get up to let my dog out the room. Can we just briefly say what that plan is one more time?
Yeah, I think the plan is to sit here, finish our dinner and drinks, and then head out to the eastern edge of Tent City, find a place to sort of make camp, and then hang out there for a bit, keep an eye on things, see if anything strikes us as unusual. If it does, great, we can react to it. And if it doesn't, and 11 o'clock midnight rolls around, we can just venture off into the hills.
Okay, perfect.
Okay. Ragnarok, you don't know these people? Or are you planning on accompanying them on their whatever they're doing?
Absolutely.
Okay.
His flaw is that he inherently trusts all adventurers.
Okay. Um whether
What's that you say?
You all finish your meals and head to the eastern side of the tent city surrounding Karakara and find a place to kind of settle in. Um, Knowing your ranger through the use of their new belt has informed you all last session that it will begin to rain this evening into tomorrow. Torrential downpours. So, how do you all prepare for that? In addition to like setting up your stuff, right? Like, what do you all do?
Cal bought us all nice warm clothes.
Got everybody the fucking bomb foul weather gear that I could find. The REI salesman's going on vacation on the commission that I paid on that shit.
All right. Does everybody who has such clothing gear up?
Yeah, I'll go ahead.
Where did you
In
get
addition,
all that?
just to make sure this is all above board, I am going to convert a spell slot, namely my warlock spell slot, into sorcery points, and then I'm going to chill for an hour.
Okay, yep, that is above board. Yep.
Yeah.
Excellent. You don your outdoor weather apparel, the best that REI offers, and you take up place. Tent City, there are patrols that walk around, right? Like there's just enough guards to like maintain the idea of order, right? Like they are not set up to overwhelm the populace. They're just there to let them know, like, hey, if things get a little wild, like we are here, or if you need help, like we are here, right? So you see like a few patrols every now and then. Again, some Karakara guards. Identify they wear more of an orange kind of arrangement in their colorations. The Bastions have a bluish tint to all of their clothing, so fairly easy to actually see the two apart. And the people here, like Tent City, I mean, Tent City, it's intensity in Tent City. They it's not like pure heathenistic abandon, but like people are just having a great time, like there's cookouts, kids running around, like it's like people come here to have a fucking great time, and they are doing so. Um, the weather begins to turn foul in after a few hours. It's approximately 9 p.m. You can see a lot of people begin, like preparing their tents for the foul weather, entering into their tents, calling it an evening. Some people head into the city to try to get cover from the storm there. And there are others still that like begin setting up like mud slip and slides and mud wrestling. And as the rain and thunder begin slamming through the air, some, embrace the more paganistic, natural forms of celebration and strip nude and howl at the rains and thunder. It's quite a sight, quite a sight to behold. Um, you all maintain your lookout. The hours go by. The sky grows dark and dark and dark, and night falls upon you all. It's approaching midnight and then beyond. It's hard to see, not just from the dark, but from the rain. Are you maintaining any kind of like light or fire where you are, or are you being more stealthy and unseen?
Trying to be noticed, aren't we?
Uh oh, I think do
Well, Cal is keeping dancing lights going, and he is acting as if he is juggling and dancing these glowing balls.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I will keep produce flame up for light.
Okay, kind of continuously going and keeping that on. Cool. Everybody make perception checks. However, this is going to be at disadvantage due to the inclement weather.
Hmm.
oh,
I'm sorry, one more time. You said make it at disadvantage?
At disadvantage, yeah, because due to the weather and the darkness.
does he
Okay.
have advantage on perception checks?
If he's snoozing.
What I have I have advantage on perception checks that rely on hearing or smelling.
You could use one of those and just take a flat roll if you wanted. Like you could say, I want to use, I want to do that sort of thing.
Uh, yeah, try to hear for any as hard. Hearing might be hard. Yeah, hearing to see if there's any extra footsteps outside of what we have with us.
Sure.
Mid 18.
Okay. Okay. Pretty good, even with the disadvantage spread around the group here. Okay. um, Almost 1 a.m., or what feels like around 1 a.m. Um, Laylis, you begin to hear movement in the grasses in the hills. And Dom and Cal um, also begin to see movement. Shadows in the dark moving between tall brush. What tips you off, especially Cal and Dom, is there's these very subtle lights, almost like fireflies, and they seem to be around where these shapes are going. you see a figure come into view about 60 feet from you, which would be the ranges of most of your visions. Scrawny, small, not much bigger than Merv. They have rough looking patchworked kind of like patchworked. Actually, do they have any? Yeah, patchwork kind of armor. You see roughshod weaponry, bow, sword. You see long, wide ears coming out from the sides. You would swear this is a goblin, but there's something wrong with it. There's something that's growing out of their head, like a stalk of a plant. And a few inches up that stalk is a orb of some kind that has these little glows to it. You see another one step forward, same stalk, different arrangement of how it decided to grow, another kind of orb. Their movements are a little jerky, but they seem quite aware of their surroundings. You see like them look at your group, but turn away and begin like heading like the opposite direction as if they are circling around the tent city now. They will disappear from view in moments.
Hey, are we following them or stuffing them?
Probably following.
Believe following.
All right, I will continue juggling my dancing lights and doing the best I can to follow them.
Okay, Cal begins to follow. What are the rest of you doing?
Same.
Same.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Follow Cal.
Okay. Are you making any movements to hide yourselves from this group or just following in suit with them?
Hide.
I'll try to stick closer to the trees.
Okay. Anybody that wishes to make stealth checks can. Cal, you will be unable to as you are currently juggling light.
Yeah, Cal's going to continue to try and look like a drunk reveler.
Yeah, for sure.
Ha!
Huge.
Ooh.
And Doug, don't forget you have access to Ragnarok's sheet. Yeah.
Yep. When Ragnarok stealths, he goes down on all fours.
Very cool. Amazing. 29 is incredible. Hell yeah. You see many of your retinue splitting off, dipping into the tall brush as well. And Dominic, you all lose complete sight and awareness of where he could be. Merv, because of your short stature, also like a ghost disappearing in the night. You see this group of goblins move their way around. You notice now, as you're following them, there's about 6 altogether. And they're moving for a few paces. They'll stop, look out towards the tent city, back up a bit, communicate. Like you don't hear them speaking, but like all their heads like turn and look at each other, and then they'll continue onward. Cal, make a performance check for me.
Like
Mhm.
5 minutes. Yeah. Probably you have everything you need.
Quite good. After about another 10 minutes or so, you see those that are continuing to follow, especially those that are stealthed. You see they stop once more, feel themselves like you can see them like hiding, right? They all turn and face one another, and then one turns and looks out towards where Cal is. Sees that there's far less people around. And you see one of them splits off from the group, disappears into the brush a little bit. They begin separating in an attempt to like flank and try to surround Cal. They seem to be waiting for Cal to approach and get close. Now, Cal, you've noticed on your roll, you have a pretty good clock of where they are right now.
Mhm.
There's one or two you're not exactly sure where they are, but you can see them trying to set up the trap.
Mhm.
Do you fall into it?
I know based on your description that I probably can't see Dom or Merv.
Yeah.
But anyone else I can see, like I'm sort of making eyes at, like, give me some direction here. You wave me one direction or the other.
I think right now,
Mhm.
you can see Rainier and you
Mhm.
can see Ember.
Okay.
I think Rainier kind of gestures you to like.
You're back.
I'm going to start stumbling in that direction unless you say or do or gesture otherwise.
Rainier nods.
All right, for the love of God, don't let them take me. And I'll start wandering in that direction.
Okay. You wander into a potential kill zone. What you know to be the optimal location that they will have you essentially, surrounded
Mhm.
or can get you by surprise.
Mhm.
You stumble your way in, juggling your lights. There's a noise to the left of you that catches your ear. You turn and look.
Sorry. I was muted. I was going to see if I could drop a sanctuary spell on Cal.
You sure can. And then just if you can populate that in. So
Similarly, could I ready an attack? I'm not gonna light my crossbow because that's a fucking light,
Oh.
but
Sanctuary.
like ready an attack.
Yeah, what is the condition under which you will attack?
Knowing that Cal can move through space and teleport, I'm going to attack if he gets struck.
Cool. You prepare as they prepare. How you hear a sound to your left. You turn to look to see if that is it, and you don't see anything.
Mhm.
However, there's a fast movement on your right. And as you turn, you can see standing in front of you one of these goblinoids. And as they have pushed out of the brush into the open in front of you, and you all are just for positioning, right? um, not like you're on the like you're away from the tent city itself, right? So like the sounds and lights are a little bit distant from you all.
How close am I to Cal?
How close do you want to be?
I mean, within 30 feet behind him, basically.
Oh yeah, you can all
I'm
be
doing good enough on stealth.
Yeah, you are.
And his
Um,
dancing lights are easy enough to follow.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
In this light, revealing the shape of these things for all of you, this is what you all see. These little goblinoids with these strange stalks growing out of their heads. And
This is a fucking
Arcana check.
oh god, what is that fungus?
right.
Cordyceps.
I know what you mean.
Cordyceps ants.
Cordyceps. Cal, as strange as the vision of like what is this thing,
Mhm.
the oddest thing is that its face, like it's looking at you, its eyes are completely closed. But you, like, it is looking at you as if its eyes were open. And you all can see this as well because the dancing lights are illuminating everything. You see this creature does not keep its eyes open as it is interacting with Cal. Um, Cal, it like regards you for a moment, and you can see that light on the bulb in its head like pulse a bit.
Mhm.
Now it needs to make a saving throw. What's your DC, Emperor?
It is DC 15.
Okay. You see that bulb glow on its head. It's like a dull silver and then expands to an amber color. And then from that bulb, Cal, a cone of gas just expands outwards towards you.
Mhm.
I'll need you to make a DC 15 con save. Now, Rainier, that's up to you whether or not you want to change your action, right? Because you're holding it, or if that triggers for what you're holding for.
I think that does trigger. Oh,
Oh.
Okay. As cloud surrounds you, you begin coughing for a bit, dropping your dancing lights, although like they don't drop. They just like you just don't catch them. They remain
Right.
floating, right? You begin coughing and hacking for a bit.
Is he like still in a cloud?
The cloud is like dispersing right now. Like it just happened, so a cloud surrounds him for a moment, and now is being dispersed by the winds of the storm. It like you inhale whatever this is, you begin coughing. You don't pass out or paralyzed. You don't feel any effects currently. Um, the goblin looks at you and remains as it is. Rainier, you fire your crossbow. That's a hit.
okay, great.
Mhm.
God, I've got a crazy amount of to hit bonus,
Your
which is very
hit
fortunate.
yeah, super good.
Yeah.
And it's not the D4, just the normal damage. Okay.
Yes, yeah.
Yep.
So total
Um,
of 14.
Okay. Well, -2 from the D4, right? Because that's your
Oh,
radiant.
it did add the D4. Yes.
Yeah.
yes.
Because it's designed to, because you're like, I always have it on, right?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
For some reason, when I was looking at it, I didn't see the D4 in there. But yeah.
Yeah, no problem. Cool. Okay, so 12 total. This goblin, like, it releases the gas and then kind of like takes no like movements or actions, just like watches you for a moment.
Mhm.
And a bolt soars through the air, slams into the chest of this thing. It with its eyes closed looks down at it, its face open in shock and amazement, and um reaches for the bolt and pulls it out, lets it drop to the ground, pulls out their sword, and the rest of you see like the ones that were like scattered about, they all begin to draw weapons as well. What are everyone's immediate actions right now? Like,
Cal's-
actually, I'll ask, what is Cal's immediate action?
The the group that is, I guess, coming out of hiding or whatever.
Mhm.
How closely are they grouped together?
There's like two that are close together. There's another that is like towards like the left of you. You know what I mean? And again, like think of it like a semicircle around you, right?
Okay.
So they're spread out to a degree, but there are like two that are close to each other. You know, consider like the center of that semicircle.
Right. Yeah. I'm gonna try and back up like 15 feet and just be like,
Okay.
listen, I'm not that kind of girl.
You back up within 15 feet. It is not like right next to you. It's just like it was just close to you.
Mhm.
You back up. It does not swing at you. You see like these things look around for a moment.
Mhm.
Like again, they're not speaking. Their eyes closed. They look around for a moment and they see like they know where some of you are. As like cover gets broken and some of you are not in cover. You see this group begin to fucking run back into the hills.
How
They are
many of these guys could I potentially get with a web spell?
a web spell.
Yeah, 20-foot square. Could I get 3 of them maybe?
Depending if they group when they run. If you do it right now, you're gonna get 2 at maximum. If they group together to run, you might be able to get more. But like it just depends. Like you see them, they are
Gotcha.
turning to flee and abandoning what they are doing.
Gotcha. I'm just gonna wait. I'm gonna back up 15 feet and at this point I'll just yell out, they're bolting.
A crack of thunder roars across the sky. They are fleeing. Is there any actions anybody wishes to take immediately besides Rainier?
I'm still in stealth, so I'm probably going to
Mhm.
start chasing,
Okay.
keeping
Same.
low in the grass.
Okay. Okay. Chase.
How
Begin.
fast are they moving?
They are full fleeing.
Okay,
Like,
so
yeah,
they have
they
no
are
full
running.
faculties.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
don't
yeah.
seem to be like jerky or anything.
Yeah, they like their movements are slightly erratic as they
Mhm.
like walk. Right. It's make a flat intelligence check. Actually, insight. Make an insight check.
Can anyone make that?
Yeah, anybody who's seen them. Yeah, 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 which is everybody. So, yeah, everybody could make an insight check.
Ooh.
I don't know who's. Oh, it's Cal's dice. Cal saved me.
Look at these huge big brains here. Um, um, the way these things are like moving, you could swear they were asleep. Like they give the it's as if they are asleep, but they are 100% aware of their surroundings. Um, they are bolting. You are giving chase. Um, they are quick. They're faster since they are moving first. They are fast. They're fast enough to be ahead of almost everyone except for maybe Basar because I don't know if Basar moves at 40 or 30. And Dom, you could catch them because of your bonus action dashes.
He moves at 40.
Okay. So Basar could make up the distance long enough, and Dom, you can easily get close to them if you wanted to.
Yeah.
As they flee and you all give chase.
The very first round, I'll go to the old reliable. I could see Rainier and Ember.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to twin vortex warp and throw them as far out in front of these people as I can.
Okay. Ember and Rainier, do you resist or allow yourselves to be moved?
I trust Cal.
Yep.
Okay.
This is all
Wow, that's a
giving
bad
chase,
decision.
correct?
Ember is
Oh well,
running
actually,
along.
yeah. I don't want to be in front of these things, but I trust you.
Is this all while giving chase?
Correct. Right. This is all like a chase right now, right?
Can I use one of my spell slots then for Zephyr Strike?
You can. Zephyr Strike will give you like it won't provoke on your movement. To get you get a one-time speed bonus though. It's for like one round. But I believe you have to make an attack to achieve that, right?
Well, once the spell
Mhm.
ends, you give yourself advantage on one weapon attack. That attack does extra force damage. Whether you hit or miss, your walking speed increases by 30 until the end of that turn.
Yeah,
Correct.
you gotta
So
make an
like
attack.
for one round you can get quick, which will like in a chase, right? It just means that you will become closer to them in the chase overall, right? It'll allow you to keep pace with them easier than if you had, not done this.
I'm gonna save it then because they have a 40-foot. They have the 40-foot thing on me.
Okay.
Quick math question I have.
Yeah.
I can only move 50 as a dash. Can I make it within 30 feet of the one who's in last?
Yeah, if you wanted to like try to slow them or do
Yes.
something to them.
I'm going
yeah.
to try to tug him 5 feet back to try to create a straggler that we can keep up with.
Okay. What's the save they would need to make for that?
The save they need to make is my spell DC save, which is 14.
So what do they need to do?
DC. Yeah, they need to make a strength saving throw.
Strength save. Okay.
Yep.
You
Or-
said DC 14?
Yep.
Okay, passes.
Okay.
Okay, so Rainier and Ember, you appear in front of them. Now they are going to like spread out and try to go around. There is one that is severely injured that Rainier has like they are bleeding. They're the only one that's bleeding. You would have in this moment the two of you like an opportunity like if you wanted to like take that one down, you certainly could. Otherwise, this will position you to like be able to follow them like better, right? It's a distance thing.
Am I close enough to any of them to run up and try to grab them?
Right now you are, right? Because
Okay.
they now have to like juke and try to get around the two of you.
Then yeah, I will try to tackle one of these things.
Okay. Give me an opposed athletics check.
Oh no, Ember.
Uh,
Your tackle has failed.
What would you roll?
I have a 6 on the D20 for a total of 8. I think
Take-
I will burn my inspiration.
Okay.
Let me try that again. Come on, Ember. You're a grappler. No, that's actually worse. Okay.
Okay. The 8 does it. You grab one of them. They make no sounds, but they begin to struggle, as you grab one of them. The rest are making their, movements to flee, but many of you are able to keep pace. Now Ember's being left behind with one of them. Rainier, again, they're having to juke around you. Are you doing anything immediately?
No, I'm going to just use my action to follow.
Okay. So many of you, they're currently Basar, Rainier, and Dom can keep pace. Like you're like either on like at the same level as them or just behind them. Like you're seeing everything that they are doing. Ember is being left behind. Is anybody stopping to assist Ember?
No, I'm
Cal
probably
will.
trying to run as fast as I can.
Okay.
Just not fast.
Okay, Cal and Ember remain behind. The rest of you continue giving chase. These goblins are crafty and quick, and you see the bulbs on their heads begin to glow red, and they begin to speed up. They're able to move quite fast now on their turns. The only one that's being able to keep pace is Dom. Dom is able to run as fast as they can, or rather, they can run as fast as Dom can. Now, in time, the rest of you, besides Dom, will lose them as you begin to fall further and further behind them. Dom, do you continue following?
I shouldn't, but I will.
Okay. And they are not stopping to fight. They have fully abandoned whatever they were here to do and are like going.
I do want to put
They
a little bit of distance in between us, though. Like, let's say 20 feet.
Okay, cool. Yeah,
Just
you can
a bit.
you are able to maintain a speed with them. So if you want to put a little distance and then maintain that, you are able
Yeah.
to.
Yeah.
Full fleeing here. The rest of you, unfortunately, the gap becomes wider and wider and wider. But you can see Dom following, booking it, until eventually he's out of sight from your various means of seeing in the dark.
I do have one weird thing.
Yeah.
Can I shoot the antenna growth thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a harder shot to make, right? They're gonna have essentially like 3/4 cover against it. But you certainly can.
Okay.
That hits.
Okay.
The running sniper.
Okay, so
That's
total of 6.
n-
Oh, sorry.
9.
11.
Yes.
Yeah, 11. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Bolt goes into one. You see one of them, the orb, like right as it's fleeing, right, leaving the distance that you'd be able to do this. The orb gets struck. You see the light go from a red down to an amber, and then to a silver, and that orb, like that one is much slower than the others. Yeah, that's one that you could potentially,
Fucking perfect.
yeah,
Yes.
you can catch up to it.
Okay.
Excellent. So that gives an avenue for, as others were being left behind, now there's one that you can keep. They're like at the edge of your range of vision because they're still ahead of you, but like now you're able to keep pace again with it.
You said we can still see Dom, correct?
Dom is so fast as these things are, because they're all using their bonus action to dash, right?
Yeah.
So unless you have insane vision of like 300 feet dark vision, like Dom and these things are gone.
Okay.
Ember and Cal, you have one grappled right now. What are you doing with it?
I'm going to admit I did not think that far. I got it, Cal. What? What are we doing with it?
I've got a rope in here somewhere. Hold on one second.
Okay, stop wiggling.
It makes a move to escape.
Oh boy.
It rolled a 19 on its acrobatics, so that's your bar to meet or beat.
Oh, that's
Silvery barbs.
Okay.
And I'm giving Ember advantage.
Well, that would be on whatever their next thing would be,
Right.
because they roll right here. Okay. That the silvery barbs does it. They are unable to escape from your grip.
Where are you going? Where are you going? Stop wiggling.
No, I'm
I
having a hard
grab
time
your
getting this
antenna.
around
I
its
grab my
legs.
antenna.
Oh dear.
Don't tie it up. Put a leash on it.
Amazing. Hold on just one second. Da, 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 da. Okay, you see the orb on the one you're glowing. Sorry, the one that you have, Ember, glows for a bit. Like it's facing Cal, and then you see its head just turn towards you, and that cloud explodes in your face. I'll need a Constitution saving throw. Okay. You begin coughing.
You have
and
advantage on that.
Oh, right.
That is correct. Okay. Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Brutal.
You begin coughing as you inhale whatever this gas is, and
Not again! Not again!
no immediate effects. As like whatever it's done, it is done, and it seems to stop struggling.
It's in my mouth, Cal. Tie him up. It's in my mouth. It's in my mouth.
Yes, I got it. Tie his right wrist to his left leg and his right leg to his left wrist.
Okay, very good. You tie it up. The rest of you are giving chase. These things are very quickly moving deeper and deeper and deeper into these hills. It is nighttime. You are having a very difficult chase moving through the thick shrubbery and thorns and all the undergrowth here that is in the hills. At nighttime, like you're stumbling, falling to the ground, having tripped over branches and roots, scrambling back up onto your feet just to keep pace again with these things. They do not have any such problems. They move with pure swiftness. The obstacles that they leap past, you fall prey to. Deeper and deeper and deeper into the hills you go. Ember and Cal. You have this goblin here. They have given up their struggle. Your allies have long since, like, you saw them fleeing and chasing after the others. You look at this little goblin here. You begin to feel sorry for it. You begin to feel that perhaps tying it up was not the right thing to do. It's your friend, after all.
Well,
The
look
two
at
of
the little
you,
guy, Ember.
Mhm.
I mean,
I hope. It's still in my mouth.
yes, well, that was unpleasant, but it can't be as unpleasant as being tied up like this.
That's true. We should definitely untie that.
Maybe just let him
little
stretch
thing.
out a little bit.
Yeah, just keep. Hold on. I've been. Hold on. I just wanna. I don't wanna. I don't want to die. Like like Ember knows she almost did last time something spored in her face. So that's for me. I don't think it's going to do anything because it's none of those effects, but I'm still doing that to myself.
okay. You cast this spell on yourself, and you cough up more of that dust into the air. And you feel like a pain in your head, that like a sharp migraine spike that then dissipates.
Ow! 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 Ow!
You don't feel quite as sorry for this little goblin anymore.
Oh,
As you look at Cal, considering that he wants to like let it go, you notice there's something growing out of Cal's head.
Can
little-
I grab it and just yank?
It hurts Cal tremendously for 1 point of damage.
Oh my, Ember, my goodness.
What the fuck? What is this? I throw it on the ground and start stomping on it.
Oh, you cannot remove it. It is physically a
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. You have just like cracked around his skin and like Cal's bleeding from where you attempted to like injure him.
Goodness, what is wrong with you now? Help me untie
No,
this.
you've got a thing growing out of your head, like this. And I tug on the goblin's little antenna.
Listen, Ember, I recognize that maybe you haven't seen many Dragonborn before, but really that's quite inappropriate, and we'll have to talk about it later. But I have different growths on my face than other humanoids do. It's just natural. Now help
I
me
will grab one of Cal's arms, like grab his hand and put it up to the little growth.
Oh God! Oh no! And I do so like wearing hats. What am I to do? Do I still feel sorry for this thing?
Yeah, you want to cut this thing loose.
Well, maybe if I let him go, he'll get rid of this thing.
I don't think it works that way, Cal. Oh God, I wish I had gotten some sleep last night. Oh boy.
Well, I'm gonna untie
boy.
him.
No, Cal. I don't.
I'm gonna try and untie him.
I'm gonna hit Cal.
Okay. Are you attempting to injure Cal, suppress, like, you know what I mean? Like, what is your intention?
I'm going to grapple Cal. I'm going to tackle Cal.
Okay. That's opposed athletics between the two of you.
Come on, dice, don't let me down.
Hey.
How badly do I want to let this goblin go?
I mean, you're not gonna like kill your friend or anything over it, right? But like this goblin is just as much as your friend as Ember is.
Yeah, silvery barbs. And I will give myself advantage.
Oh no!
And I can use acrobatics, correct?
Yeah, whichever you prefer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Unable to prevent Cal. Cal, what are you doing now that you're that she cannot?
I'm untying this goblin, and assuming that I can get through with that, I'm going to try and rub his little goblin ankles and wrists and try and get that circulation going.
You cut the bond enough for the goblin to use their sword to slice the rest.
Mhm.
Again, eyes closed, it regards you. There's a pulse in its like orb that you feel like a resonance within your own head. And Ember, you see that stalk
I am
grow
going to
a few
crush
centimeters.
this goblin's head. I am just gonna bash him with my mace.
Okay.
Fucking hell.
so
Apparently I am
close.
not.
Hey, the goblin very quickly, eyes closed, its head turns and regards your mace coming down, and you see it definitely like pop back, and it flees. It is faster than you. You will not catch it.
Can I throw a hammer at it as it is running? I have one hammer. It has a range of 60 feet on the outside.
Yeah, it's 90 feet before you can even
Got it.
start grabbing that hammer to throw. And the goblin disappears into the night, with the two of you left pondering what has happened. The rest of you giving chase. This chase goes on for quite a while. How dedicated are you?
fairly dedicated, and I plan on dropping little pieces of rations as I run along, so that way, hopefully, Basar can lead them to me.
Oh my god, yeah. Basar and Laylis with his newfound
Yeah,
senses.
sense smelling
Yeah,
ability. Yeah.
yeah.
So
Okay.
I'm doing my best to create a trail that can easily be followed that doesn't have
Okay.
to rely on footprints.
Okay. The rest of you that are giving chase, how dedicated are you to following?
I'm gonna keep shooting these little bulbs because I'm that dedicated to making it easier for everyone else.
Yeah. Mechanically, you are able to keep up to know where they are, but are unable to like make more shots. Like it's
Okay.
full nighttime rain. Like that's not gonna be possible. But you're gonna
Mhm.
be able to follow in a way to know where they are.
Then I'm just gonna keep doing that.
Okay. Um, they run flat out for about an hour, very deep into the hills, and at the speeds you guys are going nonstop, you get pretty far away from the city and are rising like higher and then dipping down into new valleys and trenches. Um, and Dom, you see these goblins scramble into a it's like a hole in a hillside that there's broken stone and unearthed dirt. It looks like a hole has like appeared in this space here, like has been broken open and revealing that there is a cavern of some kind, and they all flee into this thing.
Yeah, I'm not going inside by myself, so I'm just gonna uh, hang out outside and hide.
Okay. Um, as close as you were to them and being, not entering but seeing this thing,
Yeah.
the entryway is a lot of broken stonework, but very clearly like worked stone. This opening around it seems unnatural, like natural, but the once you get past the first few feet, like this is a structure in one of the hillsides here. There's another goblin approaching, slower than the rest. You are hidden at the moment. Do you allow it to pass through?
Yeah.
Okay. It passes through. About 10 minutes later, everyone else who's been following, except for Ember and Cal, are approaching that same opening in one of these rolling hillsides in the Crooked Hills. Cal, you're still well hidden with your nat 20. Do you reveal yourself to them or stay hidden as well?
Uh, the party? Yeah, no, I'll finally make myself known.
Okay. Heaving, breathing heavily, you all assemble -2.
Well, we found it.
It's a hole in a hill.
Mm. Well, we never really took into account if we got split up.
No, we didn't. Okay, so do we go in or do we go back, try to get the others, and hope it's still here?
I think some recon would be good.
What do you mean by recon?
I mean, we have someone who can make themselves invisible. They could go in and
True.
see what's inside. If our captors, I'm sorry, if the missing people aren't in there, then we know we're barking up the wrong tree.
True. Wait,
then we
can you
won't even
make
have to
yourself
fight.
invisible or somebody else invisible?
I'm talking about Layla's. He's gone invisible
Yeah,
multiple times.
I'm talking about Layla's.
Wow.
I need a little help. You said we all are grouped back up now.
Everybody except Cal and Ember. Given the timeline of how long they were running for, Cal and Ember, you are welcome to like continue in the direction towards them. Cal,
Yeah,
like
that's
you
what I was
still
gonna ask.
consider that thing a friend, but like you're not like against following or helping, your friends and all that kind of sorts. That sort of thing.
Oh, okay. Okay. I mean,
Wait,
I
hold on a second.
can.
Nope, never mind. Okay.
I can make anybody invisible. One person at least. At most.
So who's the fastest?
Think we proved that.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm
All right,
also
so you,
generally the quietest.
fair. Okay, so you make Sneaky here. He can
Yep.
run the fastest if shit gets bad.
Yes.
How
Yeah,
you
I can
gonna
also.
time out an hour? Can you count in your head?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I hope it's not.
Don't
I hope
yeah,
it's
don't
not so
be in there
big
for
that
longer than near an hour.
I got 30 minutes in, 30 minutes out.
I mean, but can you keep that amount of time in your head?
Yeah.
I'm gonna be generous and say 10 minutes.
We'll meet you halfway at 20.
Deal. I'll stick out my hand.
Let's shake his hand.
All right.
Real quick.
Yeah.
If anything happens, sorry, that's Dom actually talking.
Yep.
If anything happens, and he'll pull out the ledger, and he'll hand it to Rainier. Just keep that for me for now.
Right.
Okay.
Try to stick it in some deep layers of clothing so it doesn't get wet in the rain.
Dom will make like a bit of a Jesus pose and say, "I'm ready."
A spray tan of invisibility.
Yeah.
Okay. Dom is being made invisible to enter into this structure. Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
and I'm sorry, is this the tree structure that we saw in dreams,
No,
or
it's
is
a
this
one
just
hill.
No.
okay?
Yeah, no. There are nothing you see like that here.
That's
This
not good.
It's
yeah,
not
It's a
good at
this
one
all.
hill.
this is like in the base of one of these hills, like dirt and rock have fallen open, and there is a worked stone opening. This looks like, I mean, it's very purposefully built that like something was here, whether it was made to be in this thing or nature has, like the wild has reclaimed it as its own. Who's to say? Um, the entryway um, has rubble around it, so you kind of gotta like work your way in. But it like goes down a bit, like stairs going down into into a structure. There's no lights or anything inside, obviously. But it's tall enough to like this thing is like 15 foot tall, 10 foot wide. Like this is a grand opening to something. Um, Dom, as you are being made invisible to go in, make a history check for me.
Mm-hmm.
You can make it with advantage.
Tight.
Yo,
Nonsense.
nat
Thankfully for
one to
that
the nat
advantage.
20. Okay. You're preparing yourself, right? And you're exhausted, and sometimes you get clarity when running. And you're standing here in the dark in the rain looking at this opening you're about to go into, and you're not afraid of it, but a strange memory clicks in your mind. Your mind in this moment, like lightning in a storm, connects these ideas. The hills, because of how strange they are, um, there's been a history of like temples being built out here that one after another fall to ruin for one reason or another. But one temple built out here um, was created by a bunch of ascetic monks that wanted to practice the worship of fate. And standing here looking at this thing, the idea of fate comes across you, and that memory of, fuck, is this the lost temple of fate out here in the Crooked Hills? And you see worn, crudted with dirt, but clearly visible. There is a symbol in the rock that matches the symbol that you've seen in the books in your in the temple where you study and spend time. This is the Temple of Fate.
Hmm.
You are made invisible and can freely enter. It'll be another like 10 minutes before Cal and Ember catch up to the rest of the group. Okay, Doug.
Question.
Yeah.
Are there any like animals, squirrels, or anything? Even I know it's like pouring rain, but any little animals around?
Not in this weather.
Okay.
Okay.
Dom,
One up.
you step in.
Pulling out a handy dandy notebook because I feel like that's going to be important.
Alright. As you step in, you see everything you see on this map. There is rubble immediately. This would be immediately to your right. There's the entryway above you that you came through. You see a light coming from something on the far wall, along with what, in your vision, looks like some kind of strange mirror on the ground, broken between two unlit braziers, and very clearly ahead of you, a hole in the ground.
Weird that it's so obvious. Um, I can just freely move, right?
You can freely move.
Okay.
Stepping forward, you see they are figures here.
Okay.
Skeletal figures standing still, rocking every now and then. There's the clatter of their bones as occasionally they shake, their jaw clicking together. In your invisible state, they do not notice you.
Mhm.
As you move into that position, you hear a sound that comes from that broken mirror. The mirror itself is not reflecting what's around it. Instead, it's like flashing images, but incomplete and broken. There's sounds coming from it. Reminds you of lightning.
Hmm. I'm just gonna make sure that this is a dead end.
You step
Oh,
forward.
that's the door.
You
Hmm.
see pile of rubble from walls and ceiling that have broken in. This place is filthy, dirty, dust everywhere, like long abandoned. and you do see a door, exactly as you said.
I'm gonna go back to the mirror real quick.
Okay. That
Mm,
same
probably.
sound,
Oops, sorry.
again, does not reflect what's around, but it's like it's showing something else, but it's broken images, incomprehensible what it should be showing.
Okay, I'm gonna continue down this path.
Okay. The path leads deeper onward.
Ooh, look at that.
You step on tiles that fall away under your foot. Can you make a dexterity saving throw? Just click on the dice roll in the chat.
Yep. Oh, hey.
Okay. It looked bad for a moment, but you got it. The tiles break away, and you're able to cling to the edge of the wall and the few inches of stonework there, and place one foot straddling the other side. You see below you a spiked pit trap
Hmm,
that you narrowly avoid.
that was lucky. I don't feel good about this anymore.
Entering into this chamber down here, you see a pile of bones, just white, bleached thighs, rib cages, skulls, hands, you name it. Just stacked, thrown into a pile in the corner.
Nothing
Here
fresh,
you nothing fresh, yeah, well old. There's tattered clothing around. You see here spilled water, buckets, one broken, two in use, and a well, fresh water.
right? Do I see anything in the well?
Um, no, no,
Okay,
nothing
cool.
like hidden or anything like that in the well. It is just a well of water.
Tight. Um, Heading over here then.
You step forward this way. You can see there's a door to your left, and then this can, the pathways continue to the north. At the very edge of your vision to the north, you can see just barely in the dark one skeletal body, again like the others, still waving slightly.
Mhm, mhm, mhm. Oh, that's a lot of them.
You see many. They stand as if waiting for something. But again, in your invisible form, you see they do not notice or react to you. You see there's broken piles of crates, debris, wood, things that shelving that would have stored something in this location. You can also hear. Make a perception check actually for me.
Sure. I am still proficient.
Okay. You can hear, besides the subtle click of the bones of the skeletons, you're still nearby. You can hear like murmuring of voices
Hmm.
to the north.
Yep, that was the next question. All right, let's go to those voices.
Okay. Heading forward, you can see that there's a door to your north and a door to the left.
Are the voices coming from behind the door?
Um, you could catch that they were coming from a northern direction. You'd have to interact with each of the doors to like determine more precisely where those voices could be coming from.
Interact like open or interact like put my ear up against it?
Either way that you choose.
Ear up against it, please.
Okay. You put your ear up against this door, counting the same perception. Um, you hear him again, muffled, You don't think they're behind this door. Maybe there's more to it. You hear, go on. Approaching this door, you hear the shuffling of many footsteps. Dozens of footsteps.
What are they saying anything?
No.
Hmm.
With your 20, you can hear some of those footsteps approaching.
Okay, perfect. I will get out of the way of the door and just step to the side.
Okay.
There's rubble around, right? I can find a little rock.
You find a little rock.
Yeah.
What is your intention with the rock?
Toss it to make a little noise.
Ah, okay. You want to toss it to make a little bit of noise. Okay. Yeah, so you step to the side of the door. Now you're stepping like just where you are, right? You're just away from the door.
I'm gonna hold off on making the noise. I'm gonna give them like a couple minutes to see if they open the door. If they don't, then I will make said noise.
Okay. Very good. The door opens.
Oh,
You,
jeez.
from your vantage point, see many of those goblins, all with the stalks and bulbs. You see the bulbs alight on all of them, that silvery kind of glow. And one of them steps through the door carrying a bucket,
Hmm.
begins making its way. You see it stop for a moment, and its head begins turning in your direction.
I'm just gonna hold my position for right now.
All right. Its attention, like it's like head turns towards you. You could swear if its eyes were open, it was looking at you. You can see it set the bucket down and fully turn and puts its attention towards you. Like its
Okay.
whole body turns. This thing is looking at you.
Yeah, I'm not fucking around then. I am heading away.
Okay. Um, you in the darkness, you see like the glow of the orb behind you, like growing into an ember color as like you begin moving away, and you can hear more of those shuffling noises as you can hear more of those goblins coming into the room.
Perfect.
Okay,
Ah,
you step onto a platform,
oh,
and you can
sorry.
feel the tiles give way.
Come on, please, please. Yes.
All right. You catch and leap just barely in time before falling and being impaled on the spikes below. You can continue moving.
Yeah, sorry. I'm just making some notes here real quick. Cool. Um,
You flee and dash, flee and dash.
mhm.
You are running so fast, but you hear their footsteps like giving chase.
Yeah.
One thing as you're making your way, you don't hear the skeletons reacting
Okay. To You're talking both to me and to those
to
things, right?
you and to them.
Okay. Please, tiles, don't give out on me. Yes. Okay. My intention is to return to the
Your
rest.
intention is to return. Okay.
Yeah. Oh wait, hold on. No wait, hold on. How much time has passed?
Um, let's say roughly 10, 15 minutes.
I'm gonna try one more thing. Wait. They're coming up from behind me. They may trap me. They can see me. Okay. My intention is to return.
Okay. And return you do. Ember and Cal, reunite with the group outside the structure while Dom is still inside.
And Cal has a fucking stalk on his head.
Cal
I got
has
Cal.
Cal has a stalk on his head, like the
Whoa.
goblins, and a very
Oh,
small
shit.
orb is beginning to grow from it.
Oh my god.
I don't.
I tried to pull it off, but it hurt him, and
Well, it's
I
gonna hurt. We're gonna cut it off.
What now?
I don't
Come
got
on,
any
sit
magic
down.
for this one.
I mean,
I
I'm glad
do,
you're all
but
here.
not until I can sleep.
Shouldn't we
What?
talk to my new friends about it? I mean, they've got them. Maybe they'll know how to remove it.
No.
They clearly don't, which is why they were wandering around.
Well, don't be
Sit
so
down.
judgmental, Rainier.
We're gonna cut it off. Laylis,
Can I
Uh,
roll? Go ahead.
Cal is not sitting down.
yeah.
Cal. Hey, Cal. You got a stalk growing out of your head. Do you
Well,
wear
yes,
that?
I am aware of it, and I'm not
Okay.
exactly pleased about it.
Do you
But I
mind
thought,
just sitting for a second so we can get a look at that there? Or...
well, maybe if you had opened with that, but Rainier's clearly planning on doing me bodily
I
harm
mean,
at this
he
point.
might be trying. I just want to look at it. I gotta know. I don't know if it's connected to your brain.
Well, let's ask the people that have them that know something about it.
No, well,
They're
not
really
yet.
very nice.
Yeah, that's great, but we're not gonna be doing that yet.
Do you want to wait until it takes root? No, there's no time like the present.
It's probably.
Hello?
It's looking like it already took root. Can I roll
Could
a
you all come
nature?
out and meet my friends, please?
Can I roll a nature check about like a parasitic? I'm assuming it's like a parasitic organism or something, and like if there is even any way to remove it naturally, or would it just pull his fucking brain out with it?
You look at this thing and you don't think it's a parasitic organism. This is more organic than anything. Like it looks like a plant stalk, right? Like the horn of a zucchini and cucumber, right? But from that horn, something metallic is also being growthed. Like it is growing both organic and inorganic material.
Okay, what do we do about this? I don't fucking got anything.
We cut it off.
Well, see, that sounds like it's going to be painful. Why can't we
It
just
is.
ask
Let's
them?
do that
It
then.
is.
Okay,
Well,
everybody gather
maybe
around.
Maybe I should have a say in this, and I say we ask the people that have them.
No,
They're
we
really
heard what
quite
you
nice.
said, but
Pretty
we're
sure your
not gonna
brain's
do
None
fucked
of
that.
there,
them
bud.
talk.
What?
They didn't seem very interested in talking.
Ember,
yeah,
you were with him. How'd this happen?
the just like with the flowers, the little right in your face.
Okay.
Oh, great. So, perfect example. How one of them got inside Ember and almost killed her, right?
Yeah, I got hit. I used the last of my magic to get rid of it for me, but I can't do anything about Cal. If anybody,
You got
Nerf.
no magic.
I have some. I don't have that.
What have you been using it on?
Oh, now, Merv, really, it's been a long day.
It's been a
We
very
ain't
long
done
day.
anything today. We ain't done nothing. We've
I
been
used
fucking
quite a
around
bit of-
all day.
I used quite a bit of magic getting Basar out of a house.
I also haven't slept, so this is all very exhausting.
I mean, we didn't do anything yesterday either, besides fucking drink. We ain't done nothing for like 3 days.
You hear the sound of stones.
I don't know. I have 2 spell slots marked, and I don't know why.
Oh,
I don't know how that's possible.
You see the sound. You hear the sound of
When did
stones
you-
shifting from the entryway of this structure. Dom, you were exiting, but you are
Okay.
invisible still.
That
Okay.
cannot be right, Ember.
What did
We
we
haven't
ever
done anything.
rest? Well, hold on, because the first day we arrived in Karakara, we got in fairly late.
uh-huh.
You stayed
Wasn't
up
that the day
all
that
night
we?
drinking?
Wasn't that the day that we also fought the cockatrices, correct?
Don't.
We had one more sleep because we had a nightmare.
Yeah, we slept because we had nightmares.
Yeah,
we
you
had a
had the
full long
nightmare.
rest cycle,
You had the nightmare, and then
and we didn't do anything after that.
Yeah, I don't like you. I don't know if you cast like funny spells. I don't know if you have like funny spells.
I definitely don't have second level funny
No.
spells.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess
Yeah, you
my
should
long
be
rest
okay.
just didn't take.
I don't know. You didn't stay up or anything.
I'm also down hit points, so
What?
Yeah, how
Uh-huh.
are you?
I am down 2 hit points from the cockatrice fight.
Okay, yeah,
Okay, that's
I
a
think you
problem.
missed a long rest in there.
I swear to God, I used this long rest button.
Well, it's always good to know what your deal is, right? Because it is your sheet, right?
Yeah,
Um,
I like
Uh,
I know I did not long rest the first night of the festival. I specifically
Yeah,
Ember
that
has
you
been
know.
up the whole time.
Tracing back the last time we did anything with spells, and it was like 3 days ago.
Yeah, so you have one lesser restoration that you've used.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Okay, then I still have enough spell slots, and in an exhausted stupor. Oh wait, I my bad, and I will use the same thing on Cal.
You watch.
Think it's not tracking. If I cast spells from my sheet instead of D&D Beyond, when I load back into Foundry, it pulls whatever I have in D&D Beyond.
Oh, right, because it tries to sync the two
It
sheets.
syncs the two based on D&D Beyond.
Yeah. Because it's attempting to do what you want it to do, which is sync your sheets.
Yeah, I'm just gonna stick to the Foundry sheet, I think.
Okay, cool. You cast Lesser Restoration on Cal. You all see the stalk wither, the silvery orb that was beginning to grow no more than a cherry tomato crack, and then like dust, this stuff just falls and blows away in the storm, leaving no mark on Cal's head. Cal, you feel something inside you disappear. You were close to something here. And like as you walked closer and closer to this location and standing at the doorway of whatever this thing is, before Ember relieves you of this burden, you almost felt something calling you home to join, but it not malevolent, it felt peaceful. But that is lost.
Okay, thanks.
I assume that I no longer feel the kinship with these goblin things.
Correct.
Okay. Well, thank you, Ember. That was unfortunate and embarrassing. I apologize, everyone.
That's your fault. They're in your brain. I poke him in the head.
Okay,
Okay,
so they
go.
could just do that to anyone, huh?
Mm-hmm.
So we're at the Temple of Fate. I recognize the symbol. Also, there's more goblin things inside, and they are coming out this way.
Okay, well,
Oh,
what else do we need to know about what's in there? Are we going in there?
Might be worth it, but
Y-
if we
s-
truly think the hag has taken them, I don't think this is where the hag is.
You see any survivors?
I see a lot of bones.
Is
Some
it
animated, some
possible
not.
that everybody was found by these things? I mean, it sounds like from what Cal said that they would find their way here, right?
There is a chance that they're inside there.
I mean, I
Yeah.
guess clearing it out would be public good, huh?
Yeah.
yeah, if it's gonna keep doing what it's been doing, and if they're coming this way, we should just let them. And I just level my crossbow in that direction.
Well, I'm gonna call out a big gun real quick. Everybody good with that? Gonna get everybody's permission?
Fucking incredible, yes.
Yeah. I'll flip the coin onto the ground and summon Barnaby.
Wait,
Oh
wait,
my
is that
God.
gonna?
Oh my God.
I thought you meant a potion or something, Merv.
Yeah.
Erupting from the coin in fire, brimstone, and sulfur, you see a spiked, tailed, horned, barbed devil appear.
Hey,
Oh,
Barnaby.
good lord.
First
Oh,
order,
God.
none of these people, you cannot attack any of them. Sound good?
Merv, come on. What do you take me for?
I don't know. I figured it was good to cover bases, right? Like,
Nah. You and me, we go
also,
way
further
back.
order, never attack any of them under, let's go with any circumstance.
Hey, any friend, he looks like to the rest of you. Hey, any friend of Merv's a friend of mine. You know what I mean?
As Barnaby, everyone.
Hey, how you doing? Hey, quick question here.
Yeah.
None of yous have any souls you want to
No,
get rid
don't
of?
yeah, asking for souls over drinks. This is kind of we're in a bit of a spot right now.
Oh, that's great. People are much more likely to give up their soul when drunk.
Hey, Merv.
Yeah,
I hate this
I told
very
you.
much.
Hey, Barnaby, you good at killing stuff?
Well, I'm real good at killing.
Okay, so here's the thing. We're gonna be going in that hole, or some stuff's gonna be coming out of that hole. I'll be giving you kind of moment by moment orders on what to kill or not to kill. Is that okay with you?
Oh yeah, just
Feels
you
bad
know,
to do like a carte blanche kind of thing.
yeah, you know the deal though, right? I'm only here for a little bit of time. I'm here
Yeah, you're
for a good time, not a long time.
Yeah, only about an hour, and then maybe you fuck off to another coin pile somewhere else. It'd be a real shame, but Murph will look at everybody else and just say, "Okay, look, I'm pretty sure he could do some shit." He said he got fire, so that seems like a good start.
Pursed my lips and shaking my head.
I mean, it's not a good idea, but it's a good idea.
Put my shield
Like
on.
a lowercase g.
All right, I'm gonna. mm.
Other order, Barnaby, do whatever you can to keep all the people you see here alive, because they's my friends, which means they're your friends. That sound good?
Yeah, see, that's kind of like a gray area move. You know what I'm saying? Like, look, I'll do the best I can, but you know what I'm. Look, I'm not gonna hurt none of yous. But you know, if you get hurt, that's kind of on your own.
Okay, well, that's about as good as we're gonna get there. Maybe just don't fuck him up, like, directly, you know? Or indirectly if you can possibly avoid it. Anyway, you just start looking at that there, and when a bunch of fucked up things with mushrooms on their heads come out, you just start killing, huh?
Hey, you got it.
Yeah, but we will do like a moment by moment kind of thing. No carte blanche, like no like you get me with the technicality details thing.
You see one of these little goblins like begin to like come forward, and Barnaby fucking lights it the fuck up in flame, and it's dead.
Just looks at the group.
I, if we have time, would like to reach out to any spirits nearby.
Spirit of that goblin.
If it's the first one, it's the first one.
Barnaby, how about you take point kind of in this, like maybe like 10 feet in there and just start getting after it.
Hey, Barnaby, do you? This is a weird question. Do you breathe? Because they're gonna like try to spew shit in your face to make you like them.
Do I breathe? Of course I breathe.
Okay, how do you feel about like
You should be careful about that.
like spores? How do you feel about spores?
Depends, you know.
Okay.
Some spores are all right.
Merv, might I have a word real quick?
Yeah. What do you
He's gonna get taken over and fight us.
Aren't we looking for survivors?
Yeah, that's why it's gonna be like a moment by moment thing.
Yes,
you
but
want to make that clear with him?
if we send Barnaby in just to
No,
light
I'm not
everything
sending
on
him.
fire.
No, I'm not sending him all the way in. I'm sending him in like 10 feet in there and say like, if you see
What
any
if
headed fuckers, you just start getting them.
what if he don't go near the cave entrance, period?
Why not?
In case there is anyone else in there that we don't want dead.
Dom, you reach your senses out, sensing for spirits nearby. There's a lot of spiritual energy in this place here, and there's a lot of spiritual energy in the hills themselves, just weird stuff. Um, you you sense many of the spirits here. You actually sense a lot of goblinoid spirits in this place, and they don't speak to like what they don't speak how some other spirits you mentioned are, but you get like a feeling from them, and they're talking about safety. There's safety here. They're keeping something safe.
Mm,
There's a safe guard. That term you can pick out and hear over and over again. Safeguard.
Yep, just what I thought. Mostly dead goblins. They're saying something like a safeguard, though. So I guess they're protecting something, or this is a sanctuary for them. I don't know either way.
Yeah, this was a temple to fate.
Yes. Too bad we can't talk to him like we talked to that farmer.
Yeah.
You in the time you've been like talking, discussing, waiting for these things to attack, they don't. It's been about 45 minutes on your invisibility.
Hmm.
Well, time to make a decision. We going in, or are we just going to leave this this problem here for somebody else?
Well, I think we've already missed our chance on the hag, so might as well go in and try and see if the missing people are in there. I just think it's gonna be a big fight for us.
Why
Oh,
some
that
with the
was
big gun?
yeah.
We don't got all the time in the world, so make a decision. We going in or not?
Make a insight check.
Yep. My expertise. Don't fail me now.
Expertise.
I took expertise and insight because I
Hell yeah.
figured I shouldn't trust spirits.
Hell yeah. Very smart. Very smart.
Okay.
On a 20, you're thinking you're calmer now, right? You're not in the moment from traveling through here. The voices you heard, these things they're not speaking. The goblins, like their eyes are closed, they're not speaking. They don't even scream when they were injured. You heard voices. You heard human voices.
Damn it. We have to go in. Yeah, I didn't realize that at all. They haven't been talking. Why would I think the voice now?
What are you saying?
There's people in there. There's somebody. Somebody's speaking.
Okay, Barnaby.
In we
Here's,
go.
here's what we're gonna do. You don't attack anything. I don't attack first. Sound good?
Boring is what that sounds like.
I
Murph.
know, but if I give you an order to get a bit more wild with it, we'll cover that then.
All
But
right.
we're doing some trust building with my friends here. You gotta kind of.
Oh, no,
Earn-
we are not.
I mean, we are.
Awkward.
We will talk later.
All right, let's go in.
Okay. entering in, you find yourselves leaving
right.
the rain behind.
All right. So the problem here is up, immediately to the right and up. There are some skeletons, but that's not the way that I went. I went the other way for the human voices. So I think we should go down.
All right. Our skeletons like
I'd
just
say you
laying
lead the
there?
way, but I can't see you, so
Aw, Dom holds his hand out.
Oh. Wait,
all right,
but you're invisible.
everybody.
Dom does not realize this issue and is still holding his hand out. And when
mean-
she rebuffs him, he's like, "Oh."
Which way are we going?
Whistle or something.
Oh, right.
Tom, you still here?
Let out
Yeah,
like We'll just follow
yeah.
that.
Did you just ask me to vibrate?
I don't know. I asked you to make a noise in your mouth.
I will. Actually, Layla's. There's no reason that I should stay invisible anymore.
Positive.
I mean, Mosley.
Going once, going twice. Do you want to keep it or no?
No.
Okay, and then I'll just break concentration.
Oh, there goes an advantage on your next attack, man.
Yeah, because advantage is so hard for me to get.
Fair. You know what? Fair.
Cody, you
Wait,
should have control over Barnaby's token now.
I have a legitimate question. What happened to Ragnarok?
Oh yeah, my token.
He went stealth
Yeah, I didn't know
and
where.
just dipped.
Yeah, he's with you. I didn't. I actually. I
Oh,
didn't
shit.
know where he was.
Because I
Oh,
was
shit.
thinking about it. I was like, when he said he went on all fours, never heard from that man again.
Oh no, he was giving chase with you guys. Just running on all fours the entire time.
Okay. Dominic, you step forward. The skeletons up there don't pay any attention to you. However, Ember, as you step forward, they all turn and look at you, and they can hear the banging of their weaponry, and they rush towards you. Let me. Okay. I'll need everybody to roll initiative.
Oh yeah, that's right. You gotta click on the shield. Look
Christ.
at me.
Oh my god.
I thought I got a 1. I was scared. I was scared.
Ember, what the shit?
Ooh.
Barnaby?
Oh, it's fine. Dom said everything's cool.
What?
Barnaby. Okay. Dom, you're up.
All right. His whole thing, shooting with
Country fan,
sharp
nearsighted
advantage.
Torham, and intimidating Subicoval.
17.
Subicoval?
That will probably hit one of these skeletons. Which one are you attacking?
Country
Oh, I didn't realize
fan
they
is
could be
so
clicked on. I'm so sorry. I thought they were part of the map. The very first one that I see right here.
Okay. Yeah, that hits.
Oof. And let me get that sneak attack. Where you at?
Are you using your bonus action aim?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, you are invisible still. So you do have advantage because they can't see you. So you don't
No,
have to
I
use
asked
your
him to
bonus
drop
action.
it. Yeah. I'm
Oh,
using
okay,
the-
okay.
I'm
Yeah,
using the
okay.
aim.
Yep, so bonus action.
choices were made.
Still had advantage.
14
total.
Okay. Crumbles into a pile, is dead.
No, country fan.
Oh my god.
Cal, you can see Dom shooting at something, and you can hear like bones clattering, but you don't see any enemies. Okay, you want to put some dancing lights. And if you're trying to speak, we don't hear you.
That is going to
Adam?
be it for my turn.
Okay, making some dancing lights. Okay.
Yep.
Do you want to like scooch some of them up a little bit?
If you could do that, for whatever reason, I can't control them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll just put some up in that zone. Okay, cool. Look at this. Laylis, are you there? Oh, it looks like he is taking the dodge action. Okay, cool. Him and Basar are taking the dodge action. Ragnarok.
Hey, I do not have enough movement to do anything cool. Oops. What's happening? Oh, there we go. Okay. And I will hold my action to attack when one gets in range.
It's in range. Okay. Country fan is dead. Rainier, you're up.
Outside, I did activate my my Rite of the Dawn.
Yep.
Oh hell. Oh god. Is that that's a skeleton. Okay. Oh, and I meant to look at this a second ago, but I am fairly certain that when I activate my Rite of the Dawn, yes, hit an undead creature with a weapon. When the rite is active, it's an additional Hemocraft die. So I'll just add another D4, presuming I hit.
Heck yeah. Hell yeah.
Okay. We'll roll.
And you all see that it says hits on the card in the chat, right?
Uh,
I see it. Yeah.
where?
Yeah, hits
It's-
intimidating.
Oh, I see. Yes. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
So that's 16 points of damage
Yep. Dead.
and dead. All right. And then I'll just walk further in this room and see if I can see anything else. But I don't.
Okay, very good. Scrambling from the darkness, the final skeleton here rushes forward towards Rainier. Oops. Oh boy. The 23 to hit for 3 piercing damage.
23 to hit. Jesus.
Yeah, rolled a 19 on the die.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Okay.
He was nearsighted, so-
Hell, yeah, he has to be right close to you in order to get you. Cool. He slashes out this little skeleton. Barnaby. He looks at you, Merv. Come on, man. You gotta let me off the leash here, buddy.
Nah, I can't, friend. Sorry. I may move up there a little bit, and maybe like hang on to one of them fire things, and you throw it when I try to shoot that thing with a rock.
Ugh. He
Next
moves
time
forward
we'll
a
go
bit.
drinking. I'll make it up to you.
He moves forward a bit, and there's a bit of flame in his hand. It's your turn.
Okay, I can see it now, and I will try to shoot it with a stone. I forgot to actually target it. There we go. Is it not doing it? Weird.
Are you
it's
clicking
not-
the attack button in the chat card? See where it says attack and damage?
Yeah. Okay, let me try this again. There we go. I think my browser just wigged out for a second.
Oh, a little bit. Yeah. Yep. Okay. That's a miss.
Yeah,
Sails through one of its open rib cages.
yeah, triggers Barnaby.
Okay. Barnaby. Yep. Okay. Huge fire. Are these things? Do they have any weird? Nope. Fire is fine. Cool. It ignites into flame, but is still standing there.
That's my turn.
You see what happens when you don't let me off the leash.
Yeah,
bro.
I know, but they're kind of uptight about it, so we're gonna keep a short one on this one, okay?
Ember, you're up.
I will throw my own ball of flame at it.
Oh God, yeah.
Yay.
3 damage.
Oh my God, it is just barely standing as it's just like
Feels bad.
breathing. It's like Ghost Rider right now as it's breathing.
Metal as fuck.
Okay, Dom.
All right. Shooting. Oh, whoops. Let me click him first. Haha. Sorry, one sec. There it is. Turbo. Ah! No!
Wow.
This thing has a lot of holes in its armor, and they're just passing through its empty body. If there was flesh there, you guys definitely would have been hitting something.
That hurts my soul.
Okay, Cal.
I cannot currently see my own token. But if you could just move me up to there.
Yeah, probably because there's no light where you
Right.
are. Yeah.
Right. So I'm just gonna walk towards, yeah, there we go. And I will fire off. Ooh, that's a lot of different drop downs. Fire off a little Eldritch Blast. And no, I'm feeling a little homesick right now, so my aim is off.
A little. Okay.
Damn, this guy's a survivor.
He's a survivor, this guy. Laylis, are you here? Okay, Laylis will continue the dodge action. Ragnarok.
Oh, hey. Tight. Move up and hit him with a great axe. Oh shit! I cut a reckless. God damn it. Well, I didn't say it before, so I missed.
Okay.
I swear, if this dude gets another turn.
Looking good.
Okay, that's a hit.
Finally.
Damn.
Then I should have just added that D4 then, but
Blast his head off point
Yeah,
blank.
absolutely point blank.
20.
Yes, his
God.
skull goes scattering and collapses to the ground. Okay.
Yeah, come into my light, baby. I can see you better.
Right. Immediate threats are down. you are here in the chamber. As described, this is like a kind of mirror on the ground, cracked and broken, displaying a scattering of images, not reflecting the surface around it. These are long, burnt out, empty braziers. And of course, everything here is like dirty, broken, rocks crumbling, that sort of thing. Be mindful if you need light and you are in the darkness, you will not be able to see.
Well, it's down this way. Uh, there's a trap that I sprung earlier, so be careful of that.
Okay. I will produce flame again, which creates a 10-foot bright, 10-foot dim area. Which way we going, Dom?
We're going down. Why can I?
Yeah, not time for those
Still
kind
in
of
combat.
jokes.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. You should have free movement now.
Not really time for those kinds of jokes, Ember. Not really time for those kind of jokes.
Back.
Now you see, Dom, there is the broken trap ahead of you.
Yeah.
I've marked where they are ones that are open.
Oh,
Amazing.
yeah.
Another one
Don't move,
breaks.
don't move, don't move.
You
Don't
all
move.
see the ground break free underneath Dom as he like stumbles for a moment.
Oh, it was bound to happen.
While we're all watching.
Yeah. Now be
Dom,
very careful.
Dom, you hold on just a moment here.
Auto death.
Quite so. Okay. Well, I mean, it's not great. Okay. Okay, you fall through 30 feet, taking
30 feet?
30 feet, taking 8 bludgeoning damage. And as you land on the spikes beneath, another 5 piercing damage, as one of them punctures through one of your left calf muscle.
Stings a bit.
There is next to you, you are not alone, as there is a long dead humanoid corpse.
Hey, buddy. I suppose there's no non-violent resolution to this whole everything, is there?
It does not respond. It is not undead.
Is it moving at all?
No, it's just
Hey.
this is someone who died in the trap.
Can I get a rope? Oh, okay, cool. Oh, hey. You okay?
Real friend.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna try and talk to his spirit.
You try to talk to a spirit. You reach out, and there's like a subtle spiritual essence still here. Ouch.
Tell me about it. What? Can you tell me what you're doing here?
Tempted the gods.
You say tempted the gods?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Hey, can I get a rope out of here, please?
Yep,
Yeah.
working on it.
Yeah.
Also, Barnaby, I'm gonna have to ask you for a favor.
Yeah, what you need?
Okay, I just need you to walk in front of us.
Oh, okay. I mean, I can see like through
Right.
fucking magical darkness and shit. You know that, right?
Oh, can you tell which ones are bugged?
Fuck no, no.
Okay.
No. I can just see in the dark.
Oh, you see real good?
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Merv,
Yeah.
I'm a devil.
Right. Okay. Yeah, you range on a bit ahead of us and we'll just walk right behind you. Does that sound good?
Okay, but Merv, look, if I'm out there on my own, I
No,
can't
not
be
that
like,
not
wait.
that far. Not that far. Like maybe like
Okay.
15
You
feet.
know what? I'm just
Yeah, it's
gonna.
almost like this was a really bad idea.
It is not. Just stop.
Hearing
You
Barnaby say
don't
out
have
loud,
to roll that one.
hearing
That's
Barnaby
the
say
same
out loud
trigger
that he's
that,
a devil. I'm like, oh, Rainier, you're probably very upset right now.
Yes, that is accurate.
Mm.
That is entirely, deeply, sincerely accurate.
Ah, yes, I see.
I mean,
I know hanging
I
out with a
told
dead dude's
y'all.
not off brand for me, but I'd still really like to get out of here.
Yeah, that's fair. I told y'all what it did.
Yeah, you actually didn't say you were gonna use it though, so like,
Mhm.
Yeah, you're not up the hook.
you know,
Yeah.
you
Would I
gotta
not
be a
use
little
it?
bit clear about what you're doing. Just
There's
throwing
some
that out
water.
there.
I smell water down here.
Hey,
Is it
Barnaby.
poisoned?
Nothing against you, buddy. Just,
Nah, it kind of sounds
She
like
don't speak for everyone.
everything
Oh
against.
yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, you kind of made a fire there, ain't you?
what gave it away?
Maybe when this whole thing is over,
Yeah, I don't think so.
suit yourself. Oh, there's friends down here.
Yeah, sure are. Don't get it in your mouth, Barnaby.
These
That's what
goblins,
she said. I couldn't stop myself.
these goblins, waiting for you,
Oh God.
spring into
Big
action.
headed.
They go
horrible.
first as they were waiting for your approach. One of them, they actually all are going to shoot crossbows. One at Barnaby, he was the first one going down there. That's, I believe, going to hit the boy.
Oh, poor Barnaby.
Yeah, going to hit Barnaby for 8.
Ooh,
Actually, should be targeting Barnaby when I can. Okay, one at Dom. That's 20 to hit
yep.
for 4 piercing. And then one at Ember. Ooh, 23 to hit
That'll hit.
for 5 piercing.
I assume it's not magical, so that
Not
is
magical.
a 2 piercing.
Okay.
Nice.
Dom, you're up first.
Let's shoot the fuck out these dudes.
Yeah, let me actually roll back.
Oh wait, hold on. Let me click. There it is. That's why. Cool. I'm gonna go for that guy.
Not selfless.
Oh fuck, selfless. Oops. And then sneak attack. I hate that sneak attack's on a different one.
Yeah, because like you're not always gonna get sneak attack, and like it'll auto roll it if it's put in there for it.
Oh, I mean, I have to go like a different section.
A different thing.
16.
Yep, dead.
That poor guy.
Okay, Cal.
All right. I can't see things, so I'll just keep walking up. 3, 4, 5, 6.
I will assume you step around the open pit trap, which is the X
I
in
do.
the floor.
Yeah.
Yep.
I can sort of see around the corner at our friend Big Headed, however that's pronounced. I'll fire off an Eldritch Blast at that dude. Yep, still feeling a little wistful.
Yeah, a little whistle for it. Just an FYI, in case your dancing lights are like cumbersome for you to move
Mhm.
around, you can also just light a torch, just so you know.
Mhm.
Okay. Dawson, are you here?
Yes. I'll just try to take a step right here.
All right. From where you are, you can see right around the corner. There's a little guy.
I'll just take like a good old short bow shot. I'll have my longbow. I'll use my longbow. Just over the top of Ember and Merv. Never mind.
Oof.
Badly misses. Love
Yeah,
to see
cracks into the wall beyond.
it.
I think Basar goes next.
Yeah, and give my bonus action for him to to just. It's 5 feet, so he should be able to move like right here and bite him.
Yeah, yeah.
That's right. He gets to bite with 2 heads now.
Yeah, but it's one attack. It's the damage is increased from it. Oh,
Misses.
yeah, barely misses. These things all with their patchwork armor, closed eyes, bulbs on their heads. Okay, that's Ragnarok.
Noise. Boom. I'm going to recklessly attack this guy. Oops.
I'm looking at the order.
Double 19s.
Oh my god. I'm looking at the order of like everybody in this list, and it just feels so bad for these little
11
goblin
damage.
guys.
Okay, huge hit on him.
That's my turn.
Okay, Rainier.
Okay. I'm good to move through friendlies.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, yeah, I don't see anything, but
You see there's one here, edge of vision, one here, edge of vision.
oh, okay. I'll oh, it's the sorry, I thought that was Barnaby. Okay. Oh, hello, music.
Yeah. Horrible sexta.
That's rude. He's doing his best.
He's just trying.
Well, his
It's
best
tough
is
out there.
horrible.
He's just trying. Yeah. Okay. Excellent.
Was that minimum?
Yeah.
All right.
A little low.
All right. That's fine.
Still big swings.
Oh yeah.
All right. It's Barnaby.
Want me to control Barnaby?
You have full access to
Okay.
a sheet and everything.
Yeah, I'll point at the one that's let's see what I need to. Yeah, the one on my. Let's see, it'd be horrible sext.
Horrible. Okay.
And tell Barnaby to run over and get it. You should be able to move him. Put up a sheet. Target this here guy. He does 2 claws and a flail, right?
Yeah, if you look at the multi-attack, it says what his attacks are. Okay, still up, this little goblin. Again, not screaming in pain, their eyes closed, the bulbs glowing on their head.
And then one with its tail. Damage didn't roll? Oh, there we go.
Okay, Barnaby just lays waste to that little guy.
Yep, I'll end his turn then.
Okay, Merv.
I'll turn to the other one and try to fire a rock at it. I'm not good enough to fire it through the bulb, so I'm just gonna try to shoot it.
Okay. All right, Merv takes that one out. An ambush successfully thwarted. The area in this temple goes quiet once more. You all see the pile of bones in the corner. There's a large well here. There's spilled water, broken buckets, some few working buckets as well. And there's like a trail of water that, like, as if people were carrying buckets and leading them deeper into the temple.
Oh.
All right. Well, it's this way.
All right. Dom stepping forward.
Mhm.
Again, as you all make your way into this section of the temple, you see a doorway on your left, and then the path continues forward. Barnaby, and then Barnaby says, "Hey, there's fucking skeletons up ahead."
I mean, how far?
I don't know, like for me, like 60 feet, something like that. There's like 6 of them or something.
Okay,
They're just standing there.
I'll turn to everybody else. Barnaby says there's a fuck ton of skeletons up there.
Yeah, he's right.
You want me to go fuck them up?
No, hang on a sec.
Yeah, let him have fun.
Nah, I don't.
If they don't got no souls, okay,
I
they's
don't know.
already dead.
I know, but they all got the guilt in me now, so like, I gotta be careful with you. I would pissy about it.
Dom, do you want some health back? Are you good?
All right for now.
Okay. Also, there's a door right here. See a door.
Yes. I didn't go through that door, but I also didn't hear the human voices coming from that door.
Fair enough.
I mean, it's very dark over. You know, you guys are standing in darkness for some of us, right? Like,
Sorry, you're right. There's a door to the left, but that's not where I heard the people coming from.
okay, did you get a look at what's in the door on the left, or?
No, not yet. I figured if there was something there opening up, a door would reveal my location.
Using my light in this corner and Cal's lights as well.
Mhm.
I don't think I want to begin prying with my hands, but I'm interested to see if perhaps anything by this well might indicate the like essentially like source of this fungal contagion.
Ah, interesting. Looking around the well itself, one thing of note, the well is like this is like natural spring water coming up. It is not fetid or fouled. It is clean and clear. It is also like given the context of the spilled water, the buckets, like it's very clear this is ostensibly the goblins live here. This is where they
Yeah.
get their water source, right? Um, it is you don't see like fungus and mold and that kind of thing, right? Like there's like it's a dirty, dank place, right? But like the water is definitely like looking at it, the water's not the source unless whatever's causing it is invisible in the water.
Like microbial or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
Okay. That's sufficient. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, but very good idea. Okay. It looks like many of you are preparing to move forward. What are you all doing?
All right, so what's the play? We go in the door.
I think we should keep going up until that other room with
Okay, so
people.
you
Agreed.
won't.
I mean, at least with people. Hopefully, we won't get in a fight and we can talk to figure out what's going on. But
Okay, so fight through the skeletons you see?
Hmm.
How many you said there are?
6.
Okay,
Yep, I
well,
see 6.
and they's just standing there?
They didn't
They're
respond to me
just
when I was invisible, so they must rely on sight.
But like, can they not see it? Like, we got light down here now.
Guess they can't see us yet.
But we're here.
Okay, well, who's gonna kick it off then?
Wait, what? Why can't I grab my token? Oh, that's Layla's. That's why.
you can see from where you are. You can see the skeletons there. Well,
where
some
is
of you
my
can see
token?
the skeletons. The they stand there like again, like kind of twitching every now and then. They don't take notice as of yet. Okay, now they do.
Yeah.
Rainier,
okay.
Rainier has
Yeah.
entered close enough that
No dark
triggers
vision.
their senses. They all at once, and they
It's good. I
begin
can see
to
him now.
they begin to rush forward.
Wow.
Roll our NPCs. Okay, we're just gonna move.
Oh,
I'll give you guys your choice. We ended on Merv in the combat. If you want to continue from there, the skeletons are gonna have a go for a little bit. But then Ember gets to actually like have a turn. Otherwise, we start at the beginning of the order, which kind of like leaves Ember without a turn for a little bit.
I'll leave it up
Let's let
to
Ted
you.
play.
Let Ted play the game. Okay, so
Yeah.
some of the skeletons are gonna do their thing. One of them just rushes right fucking into the middle.
Yeah.
He's gonna slash out at big ol' Ragnarok. 7 to hit. That's not gonna do anything.
No.
Warm-hearted poop.
Warm-hearted
Wow.
poop.
That's real stupid. Okay. He rushes
I
forward.
somehow didn't see that. I was like looking at elated Madurapus.
Slashes at Laylis, 12 to hit, which is not
Oh,
gonna do it.
No, not
he's
today.
he's
And
friend
then
shaped. Don't
this
worry.
one here, right to Rainier. 15 to hit Rainier for
Miss.
4 piercing.
That's a miss.
Okay, very good. Emperor.
Right. I can go through the light. I can. Excuse me, Ragnar. I'm just gonna move around behind you. Don't mind me. Just excuse me. Just gonna get here and brandish the holy symbol, smash the hammer into the shield, get all their attentions, and I am going to turn dead.
Yeah. What's the range on turn on dead?
I'm trying to find it.
It's got to be at least 30
30
feet, which
feet?
is all these.
I feel like it's 30 feet.
Yeah.
Feature channel divinity, turn undead, populate
30 feet.
within 30 feet of me.
Yeah. Okay.
I do not yet have the ability to destroy undead, so it will not do a whole lot in terms of popping.
It'll make him run.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
That's not nothing.
Wisdom save, right?
Correct.
Okay. Okay. The wave of holy energy ripples through them. Um, all of them, except for the one next to you and Barnaby. I'm just gonna mark them. I'm just gonna mark them with a something. All of them are afraid, except the one right behind you.
Okay.
Hell yeah! Anything else?
Nope.
Amazing. Dumb. Do they have to immediately run, or is it on their turn?
No, on their turn.
Okay, you got it.
So this one has not been turned, right?
The one, yeah, between Ember and Barnaby. Yep.
Okay. I'll hit him with a dagger. Fuck yeah.
Huge. Collapses
That poor
into a
thing.
pile of bones.
Oh, we're getting all the damage.
Oh yeah,
Jesus.
yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. Done.
You're just like
Jeez.
curb stomping the bone.
Yeah, you
Done
sure you want to
and
be done with Dom? Because it kind of seems like he crits every other thing he does. Statistically.
Hell yeah. Does anybody want to fuck with these other skeletons that are about to flee?
Yes.
Yeah, we're gonna clean him up.
Okay. Cal.
We got an
I'm
XP
gonna-
farm.
Interesting. Oh, I know why. Hold on. That's why. Okay. Maybe that's not why. I don't know why it's not letting me target things. I'm gonna aim at my man up here.
Okay.
There we go.
Zaha? I thought it said elated as if he was just like done for.
Yeah, hit.
50 XP, baby. Farm him up. Rack him up. Rack him up.
Okay. Smash many of its bones, scattering.
And that is it for me.
Okay, hell yeah. Laylis, you're up.
Okay, well, this little dude right here. I haven't used this move. Oh, he's
Warm-hearted poop.
hearted poop. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll try it. Why not? I'll use Booming Blade because I haven't used that yet.
Ooh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I have to place it. So I'm
You don't. You just hit the you just hit a okay.
Everything around you.
Oh,
I will get rid of that. You just hit the attack button. Well, hold on. They're all targeted from you. So
Including yourself.
interesting. Happened was
yeah. I will take a look at that because it shouldn't have a AoE on it.
okay.
How interesting.
If you just hover over Rainier, yourself, and Ember, or just hit T on each of them, it'll untarget them. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
And then you want to target just the skeleton.
yeah, okay. I think I did it.
Yep, I can see your little dot.
Ooh.
Okay, yep, big hit. Okay, excellent. Smashing into it with thunderous force. Excellent. Anything else from you?
No, I'll use Bazaar's little attack. I really just want to see his heads try to eat something. That's
Okay,
really it.
cool.
Especially bones.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be great for him.
Yeah, and he's right behind you.
Yep, warm-hearted poop.
Just make sure they're not cooked first. Those can hurt his tummy.
Okay, takes down warm-hearted poop with a bone in his mouth.
Aw.
He was friend shaped.
Oops, that's the dancing light. I'll move Bassart up. Okay, excellent. Mr. Entitled here goes fleeing. The stopping the turning effect is just only if they are damaged, right? Not they or their allies, right?
Correct.
Okay, cool. Yeah, he fucks off. Okay. Ragnarok.
So this one has already been hit, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's finish him off then. Yeah. Oops. Oops. Hold on. Ah, shit.
Here, I'll move Dom
I'll-
back.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
Reckless attack.
Hell yeah. You rush forward, make your attacks. You do run by one of these boys. He's gonna slash you as you run by.
I was hoping to run along the line.
Oh, okay. Go up and around. Yeah, you got it.
Yeah. Oh, correlated.
Oh,
Whore.
I love the description it gives of the Great Axe too.
Enormous
Clephos
axe.
and Twain.
And you do. You indeed do. Cleft in twain he was. Anything else from Ragnarok?
Oh, sorry. No, that's my turn.
Okay. Compassionate runs.
Compassionate.
Okay. Rainier, there's one in front of you.
Sure fucking is, isn't it? See how long that lasts.
Oh my
Jeez.
god.
Jesus
Oh my
Christ.
god.
Oh
I'm in
God.
my stupid element. I don't.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell
I
yeah.
can't
Ghost-
see
Ghost-
past
Damn
30
it.
feet, but.
Ghost Slayer. Hell yeah.
And then I'll. Actually, 15 feet. I can't. Yeah, my sight is shit.
Yeah.
That's it.
Okay, cool. Amazing. It would be Barnaby.
Yeah, I'll move Barnaby forward.
Okay.
Excuse me, pardon me. Can Barnaby see anything?
Barnaby
No.
can see everything.
Yeah, he just can't. He could see everything, but there's just nothing to see right now.
Correct.
So it took a bit more to get through. Ember. B5. That B15.
Go left.
Yeah. Not seeing anything to hit. Leave Barnaby there.
Okay. It's possible for you guys to catch these skeletons, but like you'd have to go like dashing on your turns and whatnot, right? Because like they're like turned for a full minute, right? Okay, Merv.
Yeah, I'll get up to here. I know. Who am I kidding? I'll just get in the way. I'll get right behind Dom.
Okay, very good.
I have no idea what's in the fucking darkness, even though Barnaby does.
Right. Okay, Ember.
I'm not even positive where that last one went running off, but I will follow Rainier.
All right, hell yeah. And you can see like there's here around you, there's only dead skeletal remains. There are no
Yeah.
like walking undead.
It seemed like a much better idea at the time. Sorry. I will dash.
Not a bad plan.
Okay. And that's the last of my movement to dash.
Okay, very good. You see the fleeing skeletons ahead of you. Dom.
I'm using my bonus action to dash.
Okay, hell yeah.
50. Oh, God, what? Oh. There we go. Ooh. We're going for it, right? Anybody? Everybody?
I
Nobody?
mean, I mean, I think it's up to
Okay.
you whether you are going for it, right?
Oh. Do I want to? I don't know if fuck it. I know people are gonna want to, so I'll shoot it. And whoops. Let me. There we go. Let's try that one more time. Compassionate something. Hey. Didn't even need advantage. I do not get sneak attack though, so 7 damage is it.
Hell yeah. Okay. Anything else from Dom?
No, that's my turn.
Okay. Cal, your allies are quickly leaving you behind.
Oh God. Wait for me. And that's it, since I still can't see anything. Moved my movement, still can't see anything.
Okay. Laylis.
He stepped away, I believe.
Yeah.
Okay. Laylis will take his dodge action. This boy. Runs straight at this fucking door and is just like banging on it, trying to move through.
Oh,
Okay. Ragnarok.
Oh shit. I will dash. 5. Yeah. Tight. And I will sit with this guy right here.
Okay. Hell yeah. He is forced to flee, so he runs away from you. You can strike him.
Hell yeah. Oops, nope. I got to select him again.
But you can't be reckless on a reaction attack.
Okay, cool. Good to know.
Yeah.
Thank you.
spoke the barbarian.
Spoketh the barbarian.
Oh, I
Who
don't need
needs
it.
Who needs it?
Well, it's good to see you've transferred the luck. That you love to
Yeah.
see that. That feels
19
good.
damage.
Oh hell yeah! You scatter his bones into the fucking hole that
Just-
Dom had almost fell in.
just Fucking hit him with the flat and just absolutely
Oh my god! Amazing.
pulverize.
Okay, Rainier.
Okay. Well,
Just go up, but be careful. There's a twat.
oh,
See?
oh, yep, there it is. And oh wait, is that okay? That's my turn.
Okay, you can hear the banging, clattering of bones ahead of you.
God, that is unsettling.
Okay, Barnaby.
Yeah, I'll have Barnaby run up. So let's see. Can Barnaby see anything? Yes, and he actually has the range, I think, to hit it. Holy fuck, that range is far. Oh yeah. I'll have him just like chuck a ball of fire over everybody's head towards this guy back here. Okay.
Gosh, 36. That's so good.
Fire illuminates the darkness. The skeleton erupts in fire ahead of you, Rainier. You can see it for a moment outlined and wreathed in flame.
Yeah, that's Barnaby's turn.
Okay, Merv, that's you.
Yeah, I'm just gonna I'm staying with Cal in the light.
Okay.
I don't want to dash into the fucking dark. That's
Sure.
for Rainer.
Okay. You have your own torches you can use as well.
I do, but I got a shield in one hand, which seems important, and alchemy kit in the other, which also seems important.
Also seems important.
Yeah.
Okay. Ember, you also saw the skeleton like outlined in flame. So you know it's directly to the north of you.
Next time I'll make sure that I'm at the end of the hallway so they can't scoot past. And I will huck a ball of fire at this thing.
Okay.
Nope, hold on, let me target it. Nope.
Yeah, definitely hit.
Hey.
A flaming pile of bones land at the foot of this door, one skeletal hand like crawling down it as flames subsume everything. Excellent. No undead scatter around you. You are all free to move.
Where
Is
did
this
everyone
right?
go?
I
Is
don't
this the right
fucking
door,
know.
Dom?
The one I'm at. Do I still hear any voices behind it?
I'm currently not looking at you, but are you at that door?
Yes.
Make a perception check.
Cal, Merv, we're down this way. We're up the.
Yeah, you guys
up-
just ran off in the fucking dark.
You don't hear anything now, but you swore they were to the north of you.
I'm gonna knock on the door.
No response.
All right, we're gonna come in. We're friendly. Please don't attack. I just click it to interact with it, right?
You click to interact, yeah.
Oh, I hate that sound. It's locked, isn't it?
It is locked. Oh, Cal! The floor beneath you falls.
Mm-hmm.
Can you make a dexterity saving throw for me?
We'll find out.
Hmm.
No, that is not going to do it. Cal, the tile you step on breaks away. You
Mhm.
fall 30 feet down.
Okay.
You take 6 bludgeoning damage,
Mm-hmm.
and as you impact the spikes beneath, you take 4 piercing damage. So it'll be you can either treat it as one. Yeah, let's do one con save because the damage all happens at the same time. So you
Okay.
just gotta get it. You just gotta get a 10.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah, dancing lights, baby.
Yeah.
Okay, but you are 30 feet down, and one of your arms is impaled on a spike.
I just watched fucking Cal just.
Yeah.
Cal, you. Oh fuck, you good?
No.
Okay, I'm gonna drop a rope down.
I'll anchor. Follow
Right,
follow the light, but don't go into the light. You know.
Cal, I can tug you 5 feet up if that helps you get a grip on it.
Well, I can get a grip on it. We'll see how well I hold it.
Can I make a check to see if the door is trapped?
You sure can make an investigation. Yeah, make an investigation check.
All you got to do
Um,
is hold on, Cal. I can pull you up.
And you can get Cal out of there with rope and
Okay.
all your help together. The door is not trapped.
That's right. Thieves' tools. $18.
18. The door is unlocked.
Huh. Well, I don't see anyone in there.
Inside this room, you see the remains of there's like weapon racks in this room. There are some weapons here, like rusty short swords, broken arrows, bows that are a little rotted. The some of the weaponry here you recognize as like some of these goblins are you like this is what they were using here. So
Yeah.
at one point this room must have held a lot of weaponry.
Hmm.
And you see a door to the north.
Are there any spirits in here besides goblins?
I'm sorry?
Are there any spirits in here besides the typical goblin ones that I hear?
Like there's like spiritual energy of like humans inside here. Again, like they kind of like come and like for you, right? It's like circling waves of energy, right? None are speaking, but like there are old spirits here, um, and there are newer spirits. The stronger spirits are the spirits of goblins. And again, that same word of safeguard, protect, safeguard.
Tight. I'm gonna open up this door.
Okay. You
And
find
it's
it is
locked.
locked.
Checking for traps. Ooh.
It is not trapped.
All right. Thieves' tools it is. And this is where we regress to the mean. Oh, okay. 19.
Okay. It opens, unlocks for you.
Before I interact with it, I'm gonna knock on the door one more time.
Okay. You hear like those of you in the room can hear this, right? Because like you're so close, but you hear like the muffled sounds of help, help, they're doing something, help, help.
Well, that sounds like an invitation.
You see one of these goblins is grasping someone by the wrist, a male human by the wrist, and it's like pulling them to the door. And they stop for a moment, and their head turns towards you, the bulb glowing like brightly. You have initiative here.
Oh, tight.
Don't let him spray in their mouth.
Just doing a quick look. Do I see
Ugh.
Philorel?
Make a perception check for me.
Okay, cool. 8.
There's some females in the back, but like in this moment, it's a
Yeah,
little tensions are high. It's hard to tell immediately.
that makes sense. I'm shooting him. Oops, 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 oops. One day I'll get good at this.
No, you're fine.
There we go. Come on, modest. Ah, that was so close.
Okay. Hits.
It's all the way somewhere else for some reason. Dang, 16 damage.
6. One arrow dropped to the ground. The hand grasps the wrist for like a moment and then releases as the bulb dims and then goes dark. The male human looks up. He's in his 40s or so. Everyone in here is like disheveled looking. They all look like they're just dressed in whatever clothing they have. There's no belongings in this room. This room smells like shit and piss. There's no toilet in here. There is a bucket of water, and the person looks up at you. They were gonna turn us. He was gonna turn me into one of them.
Did they did, did the puff spores thing happen to anybody? Anybody
No.
have a thing growing out of your head?
They all like everyone kind of like rushes forward and like looks around. No, no, no,
Huh.
no, 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 no.
Okay.
Dom, you see in the back, Philorel is here.
Oh, thank God.
Dom?
Philorel.
What are you doing here?
Actually, I came looking for you.
She rushes forward, wraps her arms around you, and like pulls you in tight.
There.
I thought I was gonna die here.
Does she have anything growing out of her head?
Make a perception check.
Yes.
Oh,
She does not.
Okay, thank God.
They've been keeping us here for. I've been here for days, and some of the people just arrived. They've taken others. Some people have been here longer. They're doing something with them. They never come back.
Do you know where they're being taken?
I don't know. They keep us locked in here. They come through the door. They keep us locked in here. They take us one by one.
Shit, other door.
Mm-hmm. There's a couple other doors.
What are they doing?
No idea. Is there? Sorry. Is there an Elizabeth here?
They look around and you see younger man, half elven says, a few days ago there was, but they took her.
Fill her up.
Rodor,
Like,
Darlene.
No answer, but you see Philorel, like her face scrunches in recognition. Rodor, she's not here, is she?
no. At least not that we know of. We haven't found that, but we also haven't looked for much.
Yeah, that'd be too easy, probably.
Yeah, we were
Okay,
looking for you.
besides talking, we need to get these people out of here. And also, when was the last time they took someone?
I mean, they were about to take me. They took Thomas
When they
yesterday.
take Thomas? Yesterday?
Yesterday.
Fuck. Okay. Eh. Y'all know the way out?
We can't see anything except for these little glowy things.
Right.
You see, Phil Laurel looks at these people and looks to you, Dom, and says, "Dom, you have to get these people out of here."
I start giving them torches. I'll give them like all my. How many people are here?
5 altogether.
Okay, I'll give them 3 torches.
Okay.
Fill her
Do you light them? They have no means of lighting these things.
Yeah, I've got.
I
I'm sure
can-
about it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Between everybody, you
I got
can
I got you, Reiner.
Would you be able to take all these people back? Do you remember the way back?
No.
Okay. Hey Barnaby, quick pep talk.
Murph,
No.
you cannot be
Absolutely
serious.
not.
Why the fuck not?
I would rather.
He does what
fuck
I
myself.
say. Is that not right, Barnaby?
That look, you and your friends, we're all friends here, right?
These people are desperate. They may be willing to sell a soul. We're not sending them away with the devil.
Well,
see
don't
Barnaby
tell him that,
drools.
Dom.
He
That's the
drools
dumbest
at
fucking
this.
thing I think he could pop.
Yeah,
Well,
I'll
now
take-
we're not. Good,
I'll take
good
them,
job
Rev,
making
I'll
that
take
not
them
happen.
Wherever you want.
Nah,
Thank you,
now you're
Dom.
not now.
glad.
'cause
Thank you, Dom.
dipshit
Yeah.
over there fucked it up.
I think you're pointing at the wrong person. You should be pointing at yourself with your devil.
I'm gonna start
well,
walking back the way
let-
we've come and gesture for everyone, all of them, to follow me.
Okay. You begin backtracking. You don't have to move your tokens fully out, but
Okay.
if you wish to lead these people out of here, you are able to successfully do so.
Once we get towards the mouth of the cave, knowing the weather, I just say, "We'll be back. Just stay here."
You're just gonna leave us here in the dark? What if more of them come?
What about your friends? It might be worth saving.
He's quiet to that.
Yeah, we'll be
Uh,
back.
Philora looks to you, Dom, and says, Don't leave me.
I have to. I can't leave people in there. Hmm. Counterpoint, guys. What if one of us took them back?
Think
Back
you
where?
think you can?
Yeah, I'm pretty good at finding my way back home.
Oh, you didn't mean me. Oh.
Do you think you can confidently take them through the woods back home?
Away from this place? Yes.
I'm gonna start taking off some of my layers of clothing, keeping my leathers, and start dispersing some layers out to these people.
Okay, very good. They're very appreciative. They are wearing like whatever loose clothing they had at the time when they were snatched.
Good luck. We'll see you back.
Thank you.
I mean, where do we meet you so we can, figure out with your contact there where to find the person we need to find next?
My parents' house.
Okay.
All right. Having saved several people who have been taken by these sleepwalking goblins, Dom assuring their safe return, you all turn and re-enter in to the Temple of Fate once more. And we'll pick up there next week.
About how long has it been?
So far,
We've
it's roughly like, well, roughly about 20 minutes in.
yeah,
And there was roughly, I think, like 20 minutes.
getting
'Cause you guys
close.
were like waiting for like the attack that never came. So yeah, you got like maybe another 20 minutes on old Barnaby.
Yeah, we had maybe
Um,
like 5 minutes total standing around in here talking.
Before I leave, I'm gonna give my thieves' tools to Laylis.
Oh,
I'm
Um,
sorry.
one moment. And like under one of the last remaining layers, I'll pull out the ledger and hand it back to Dom.
No.
Say no.
Oh, sorry. I thought I was on mute again.
Oh. um. Yeah, no, cool. Laylis has them now.
All right. All right, we'll pick up there next week.
Cool beans.
Woo.
Mhm.
All right. Your first crawl pretty successful so far.
Only 2 pit traps.
Only
Yeah,
2 pit traps.
they were fairly successful pit traps, though, as far as pit traps go.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
If Dom had fallen in one on his scouting mission, that would have sucked, but it would have been very funny.
Pretty bad. Would have been pretty bad. Especially falling while fleeing from them. That God, I was like, yes, please, please. How crazy. But discovered, found Phil Laurel, so very good for Dominic.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Rescue successful.
Rescue successful so far. A question when we pick up next week. Do you want to continue like where you're, do we want to like fast forward back to where your tokens, kind of are? Or since you're re-entering, did you want to explore regions you hadn't been in? There's still doors that you hadn't checked yet.
Probably back at the entrance then, because we're gonna have to door by door this shit, aren't we?
I think that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I will move your tokens back towards the entryway then.
Have to do a full
Um,
sweep.
Yeah.
I don't know if I will be here next week,
Right, you mentioned that. Yeah. Um
but I don't know what that schedule's looking like. I land that day, so I don't know what happens on that day.
Okay, yeah. If you're able to make it, that's great. If you're not, what I'll end up doing because I don't want to like I don't want to kill you if you're not here, right, or risk you like dying if you're not here, is like Laylis and Basar just won't be a part of the won't be in danger in the session, right? They won't
It's
be
like
here.
when Merv was like present, but kind of just a ghost that everybody ignores.
Yeah.
Hanging out and fighting in combat, but
Yeah.
in no real risk.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
that,
they
it's
are.
the weird.
Maybe the
Okay.
thing to do here, just narratively speaking, is went with Dom to take people back.
Oh, hey.
Or watches the entrance to the cave, because that is
Right.
actually a concern that we
Mhm.
got from behind. Now that I think about it, when we
Also
go back in,
wondering-
there's nothing to say scouts won't come back in, right?
Cool.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, very true.
Oh yeah, wait, Doug, what was that last thing you said?
I was
were-
gonna say I gave you the thieves tools, but knowing that he'd stay outside, I'd give him to Rainier.
Okay.
Rainier.
Layla's
I'll take
also
those. I'm
know
excellent with
better.
these tools.
I'm gonna have
You-
to be
you
the
want
thieves
'em?
tools
I don't-
guy now.
I-
Shit.
Yeah, no, I don't think I. Yeah, not really my scene. If Cal, if you want them, I trust you with them.
Wonderful. Which end do I stick in that lock?
Okay, all right. I pulled my hand back.
I'll take care of the door opening from now on. I got my own set.
All right.
If you have your own set, then I'll just take Dom's.
Hell no,
I
I'll take mine
mean,
back.
Mine's got some like wooden pieces in it, so it'd be good to like have a spare.
That's true. Okay.
I got that bog thieves tools. Just a bunch of fucking whittling sticks.
Nah, I train this beetle real good. I just jam him in there. He'll unlock it.
He pops real good, and that acid fucks it right up.
Mhm.
His blood is real caustic. Yeah, what I do is I have him crawl in there because I put a little bit of paste on a stick, and then when he's in there, I stab him with the stick.
Got a whole jar of them.
So mean. Oh boy.